Okay, so if you want to watch the rest of the video, go ahead and just click here, and they sign right in on the video, and then it keeps playing, so they don't have to leave, and you get more engagement that way.
Yeah.
So I think that's
and so the whole thing is web-based. You aren't having to install anything onto your system or anything.
Absolutely not. So
okay. Yeah. Yeah, Scott, that's a massive, massive game-changing advantage versus what you're talking about doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But at the same time, yes, you have a massive game-changing advantage. But you're also paying a one-time fee for a lifetime service. I don't know about you, but I've paid one-time fees for lifetime services before, and they were wonderful for 6 months. And then the services went all the way down until I was like, I've got to do something else.
Well,
I'm not saying that's what's going to.
I'm still ahead of the game.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but I've had that happen, and I just got tired of that happening. So I'm like, I'll stay in control of my own, you know?
Yeah. I'm pretty engaged with the,
you're the opposite of that with what you propose. The option you propose is the opposite of that.
What do you mean?
It's open source. You got zero control.
No, I have full control over what I have on my server. Like, I don't know what you mean.
But not of the actual software that you're really paying for.
Do you understand what open source means?
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not paying for the software at all. It's open source. Second of all, it's open source. I can do anything I want to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can completely change the software if I want because it's open sourse.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that not leave me in control? Huh?
Which is the last thing I want to fuck with.
Oh, no, that's fine. Like I don't want to have to deal with that. That's a whole different thing. I totally get, I don't want to have to deal with that, you know, but I mean, open source software runs 80% of the internet at this point, you know? I mean, how many websites do you know that are not built on WordPress?
Not very many.
Not very many.
12.
Right? Did you say 12? Those are all with the school district, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised?
There you go. You still with us there, Dan? You're looking a little.
Yeah, I'm just looking for something.
Did we lose audio?
How is life treating you, Dan?
Busy as all get out, man. I know I've been absent for a while, so we just got the magazine published. We got the winter edition out. We're working on the spring edition. We got the second conference coming up. I got my 2 hypnotherapists that are working with me fully trained. Clients are turned over to them. So yeah. And oddly enough, I was just looking at a bitty baby server for the office today, Scott.
Yeah. I mean, there comes a point when, you know, dedicated hosting is what you got to do. You know?
Yeah, I still have my GoDaddy websites working really well. As a matter of fact, Melissa did some work on those just the other day and really brought them up top notch. So
awesome.
I haven't messed with WordPress in a while.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that you are too late. I have already gotten to Steve. He will not be coming over to your side from Audacity. He is a hardcore Audacity fan at this point. He's definitely as much a fanboy as me, I think.
Yes.
That'd be accurate, Steve?
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So which Bob technique did you use on him?
Yeah.
I didn't use any Bob technique. I just showed him some of the cool ass shit I know how to do with Audacity.
I just got PreSonus 6. It now has a video component to where I can cut and trim and link all my podcast stuff up, and you know, just it's a beautiful thing.
Like similar to how Descript works.
No, better.
No,
it's
better.
It's almost as good as Pro Tools.
Nice.
So Yeah, which obviously Personas is trying to make an inexpensive Pro Tools, but it works really well.
Hey,
So, but
if it
yeah,
if it works, it works.
but I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys up at Hypno Thoughts.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
Can't wait until after Ken gets you that first drink at the pool and your alternate personality comes out and
well, yeah, that was that. Well, let's not do that again because I went there with the guys and Heather wasn't there that year. So by the time we hit the pool party, I was off to the races, Hoss.
Yeah.
Is there even going to be a pool party this year?
There is supposed to be a pool party this year at
I think we have three
like
pools
have
to
you
choose
seen the
from, so-
pool, man? It's
No.
a rooftop pool that opens up like they open up the wall and you got the bar inside. Like it's awesome.
So they spent $200 million refurbishing that place.
Yeah, the stuff inside this hotel, I haven't been there, but I've seen pictures and Scott described a bunch of it to me. And it sounds like somewhere they'd film a James Bond movie, to be honest. Like,
So yeah, I saw the video and it looks a lot different. We were there at the old one. I don't even think it's the same company that has it.
I don't know. I don't know who has it.
I don't know. But yeah, we're looking forward to coming out there. I'm going to be heading up to gosh darn it, I'm having a moment here, guys. The Northwestern Conference.
Oh, the PCH?
Yeah, PCA, the Pacific Northwestern. Jim Kellner is putting on a 2-day
Jim's
conference up
conference
in Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Jim and I are conference besties, so
That's good. That's good. I love what Jim's doing with the conferences. He's also doing the one that Colin's speaking at in just a few days almost. It was 4 weeks away. It's the end of March, right? You're muted.
oh yes,
Muted, Colin.
Gosh darn it, him and Grant Saunders online.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Middle of March, like 18th, 19th, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So,
Your pitch of what you're going to be talking about. I'm like, it was staged. I didn't need to take it, but now I want to.
Yeah.
So, you made Jim some money.
Are you guys talking about Jim's stage hypnosis conference?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's the 11th and 12th.
Okay. A little sooner than I thought it was, but still.
Something
I
like
gotta-
that.
God's got to remind me. I gotta finish up the presentation for that. Crap.
Where's that at? Where's that going to be held at?
It's,
Oh, that's
isn't it,
online.
Colin?
say again.
It's online, right? Zoom.
Yeah. It's everything
Yeah.
is.
Is it Zoom? Is it live?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know how many of you guys watched many of Grant Saunders' podcasts that he did with a number of different hypnotists, but because of an interview that Grant had done with Justin Trance, and and yeah, I'm gonna mention names and you can keep on recording because I don't care.
No, go ahead, man.
Biggest piece of shit in history came in there, and Alex Smith, aka Jonathan Royale, aka the rogue hypnotist, aka Satan himself, just starts brutally butchering Justin Trance in the middle of this podcast. And so when I saw that piece of shit was on the agenda, I reached out to Jim and was like, listen, are you going to be doing anything to try and make sure that there's no shenanigans? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot to post that. And so he posted a thing up saying, listen, you're all going to be on your best behavior or else you're going to get
Booted.
Well, I mean, that's standard operating procedure. That's how it should be. I mean, honestly, people should just know that,
Well,
you know.
Jonathan is
Uh,
not a great guy.
He's not a human being.
Yeah, I don't know how to. He's
Yeah.
that guy, and Colin's right. He attacked Hypno Thoughts. What was it, last year, Colin? Just this scathing.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
go to that conference? I'm so much better. Scott Sandel is this. Dan
Who is
Goyette.
this?
His name is Jonathan Royal. He's
Or
from
Alex
England.
Smith. Or
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a couple names.
Or the rogue hypnotist, and he's got some stage names. Yeah.
Yeah. He came after me on some of my Facebook posts way back when.
I really think he has taken the concept of contrarian marketing to just new heights. Like he just believes that, you know, he's going to argue with everybody about their opinions if he can, because it's going to get him out. And, you know, his name is in our mouth, so he might not be wrong about that.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, but it's not in a good way. It's not in a good way that it's in our mouths.
Well, his name was literally in my mouth in a good way earlier. I was talking about his program. I was like, I was unable to take advantage of his guarantee that he has on his program because it involves, it's like, if you don't make money with the program, then in a year I'll give you a refund. And I made a significant amount of money with the program. It's like I cannot claim the refund. I can
Who are we
point
talking about?
directly to my bottom line with money I've made directly because of Alex William Smith's information. So
Well, it's like, and part of my thing is, I think he actually costs us all significant amount of money.
it's possible.
Because he makes all of us look really, really tough. And because of his own legal troubles, him going out there and saying things like, there is no such thing as hypnosis.
Yeah.
Going out there and saying anyone who says they're a hypnotist is a fraud and a charlatan.
Yeah.
And talking about how that the entire industry, especially the performing hypnosis industry, is dying. It's like, I'm sorry, but it's like, you know,
Yeah,
you're on a different side than I am.
yeah.
So-
No, I can see how some of that could damage the profession. Sure, for sure. Especially the hypnosis isn't real. Of course, you know, the way he says it, a lot of people are like, well, hypnosis is all made up anyway. You know, there's no real state of hypnosis. You know, Carl Smith basically says the same thing. You know, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm like, no, they've done studies and the hypnotic state is an actual brain state. Like there's documented evidence that being in hypnosis has a specific brain state that's associated with it. You know.
Yeah, I was just about to say fMRI begs to disagree.
Well,
with it.
and the argument they make against that is, yeah, but it's not recording hypnosis, it's recording relaxation. And it's
So-
like, yeah, the way the studies are done, maybe it is. Maybe it is. There's some validity to that, you know.
I've seen a lot of studies, and because as Colin will tell you, that's my favorite pastime is reading studies. But
Mine is just quoting ones that don't exist.
so, but yeah, no, I mean, I've David Spiegel from the Harvard to Princeton. They've looked at these things and they've determined that there's functional changes within the brain, within hypnotic states that doesn't exist in just a state of relaxation.
Yeah.
So, darn it.
I agree with you, you know.
Yes, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox, Colin.
But I will say the money I spent on Alex William Smith's training package. Now, granted, I got it on one of his infamous sales where it's 90% off. Best return on investment for training I've ever spent on any training. You know, so
I've never met the guy. All I know
Me
is he
neither.
had a problem with me using, I'm not funny. I'm not a comedian. So my show at the time was all visual and I didn't know what else to say. So I said, world's loudest stage hypnosis show. Nobody else had said that. It was just a marketing thing. He seemed to have a problem with that. And I don't know why.
You should have just told him, it's okay, Alex. Loudness doesn't exist.
There you go. So it's all an illusion.
Exactly. It's all an illusion. Pay no attention to the voice you hear inside your head. Or in your case, maybe the voices.
So, yeah.
How you been, Joe?
I've been all right. How about you?
I'm good. Any new shows?
I have 4 books for April, May.
Awesome. I'm assuming high school shows.
Yeah, they're all after proms. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I have an agent who wants me to get some more footage for my demo reel and pitch me to some colleges. So
That is I don't know about being pitched to colleges. I wouldn't want to do colleges, but demo reel, good stuff. Yeah, get that. Get it done.
Yeah.
well, I have one, but the thing she said that I need to remove the bowling alley shots, which that's one of my 3 shows was in a bowling alley. So.
Right. So why haven't you gotten all your improv buddies together and done a show where you get a bunch of footage? Just do it.
Right. Right. But I have 4 shows coming up, so I was just going to use that.
Well, I mean, that's fair too. That's fair too.
There you go. Yeah.
But that's great, man. Did anything ever materialize with the fundraiser in the dance studio?
That woman has had so many things go on in her life since we talked about that I haven't even reconnected with her. Haven't even
Understandable.
do it.
Well, hopefully something comes with it.
We'll see.
Water. Got your ice. There's ice in that big thick container, so you got ice. Okay.
Got ice.
I don't have ice.
I
I don't
muted
have
you,
any ice
Casey.
either, but
Your mic was hot, so
I agree with Scott. I did Elma College in 2017, 2016, 2000, and I thought it'd be fun. They sent me a stack of paperwork in my email of stuff I couldn't do or say, or was taboo, or was not appropriate. And I'm just like, what? So, yeah, that was the first time and the last time I ever got booked into a college.
Yeah. And I wish Lisa was here to hear me say this. I now play on my pre-recorded introduction the opening 3 words even harder than I ever have before. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. And, it's like,
you can go one way or the other with it. You can go one way or the other. That's all. That's the only choices.
The thing with colleges is that, you know what, if we actually knew what the rules were and they were relatively static, you know what, that's where the goalposts are. That's where the goalposts are. But
yep.
Since the start of this Hypno Hustle, the goalposts have moved, and none know
constantly. Yeah.
Richmond, there's a VCU international studies professor. He happens to be Asian, and he ended up getting suspended without pay and having to do this huge ashes and sackcloth apology for, in his class, referring to someone from the country of Spain as being Spanish and refusing to refer to this individual as Latinx. And a blonde-haired, blue-eyed freshman was offended.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you can't say someone who was born in Spain and speaks is Spanish.
No, they're Latinx. And it's like, no,
No, they're not.
like you're not like, but
Yeah.
you know, people
that's
are allowed to identify how. This is what I don't understand. The whole concept is identity is a social construct. Well, if it's socially constructed, then why do you get to make it up? Shouldn't society be the one making it up? Like, I don't understand. Like, how is it socially constructed if anybody can just make up their own?
Yeah, it's the 1%.
No. But yeah, you know, got to jump through the hoops. It is what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This video probably won't ever get monetized, you know.
Well, you remember back in the early 80s when I was growing up, when I think we were all growing up, you had the thought police and the censorship police, and it just reminds me of that. You can't say this, you can't think that, you can't, you know, it's just a bigger form of it. Ridiculous a little bit.
Yeah. I remember in 7th grade, I had an argument with the principal of my school over why it was that somebody somewhere got to decide which words were curse words and which words were not curse words, and why I wasn't consulted on that, and that if I wasn't consulted on it, I shouldn't have to abide by it because I didn't decide that these words were bad. My principals didn't like me, just so you know. Huh?
Well, I just want to let you all know that I'm deeply offended. It turns out I found out during the pandemic that I'm also Latinx. So I'm part
I don't even know what the hell Latinx is.
I don't know, but I'm an 8th Portuguese. Somebody called me racist, and I was like, well, excuse me, but I'm an 8th Portuguese, so I think you're going to have to apologize.
Like, I don't even understand what racist is anymore. It's like especially in America, like everybody's blended somehow. Like, how do you even be racist? Like, nobody's a pure whatever a pure is. You know, I mean, I got Neanderthal DNA probably.
Oh, I guarantee you I'm rocking some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's
Hashtag
like
Hobbit for life.
what is, you know, what is racist? Everybody I know is mixed somehow. It was like 23andMe. Yeah, 23 different races. Like, what? How do you be racist anymore? Nothing's pure. So, whatever pure ever was, you know, it's crazy.
No idea. I just know I have my Frankenhead and my T-Rex arms. I have a huge head and I can't reach anything. So.
You know why a T-Rex can't eat Reese's cups, right?
I'll bite. Why can't a T-Rex?
Because he went extinct 65 million years ago.
That's a good one. Hashtag dad jokes.
Hey, we just needed a drum roll right there.
Hey, I will say this: Chat GPT is getting better at writing jokes and skits. So,
hey, did you guys talk about the Bing and the alter
the insanity?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that, but yeah, apparently Bing's Chat GPT integrated has been going insane on people. So doesn't surprise me. I mean, has anybody played around with Dan? Not you, Dan, the other Dan.
I was gonna say, yeah, nobody's playing with me in a long
Dan
time.
stands for do anything now. And there's a certain prompts, you can put Dan prompts into Chat GPT to get around its ethical subroutines.
Really?
Yeah. There's prompts you can put in to get around its ethical subroutines, and it's great.
I have that same thing. If you put tequila in me, you'll get
it gets around your ethical subroutines. That's great. And you said you weren't funny, Dan.
Never underestimate the ability of human beings to make something go completely dark very quickly.
Right. Well, I mean, so
Well, I
What
guarantee
was
you
that, Colin?
somebody inside pressed that,
Welcome, Joe.
that's not just a random thing.
But yeah, I've been getting a lot better responses out of GPT since its last update. And I don't know if it's really since its last update or since I did a really deep dive into quality prompt engineering education. And I've really learned a lot more about how to ask it the right questions, you know, to get the response you're looking for, or at least something close to the response you're looking for.
I wrote
Like
in
if you
almost,
tell it to write a hypnosis skit for a stage show, it's crap. It'll still give you a crap response. But I've got about a paragraph of prompt that I give it, and it puts out good routines.
yeah.
But some routines I'm like, wow, that's I've never seen that take on a routine. Right. And I'm
When I
like,
was-
that would actually be funny as hell.
When I was putting my program together for the healthy hypnosis weight, or
Yeah.
hypnosis for healthy weight,
Yeah.
I asked it to get me some citations and put them in APA format for hypnosis and healthy weight, and I'll be damned. I only asked it for 5.
Yeah.
And they were right in APA format. So when I put out my little ebook, it'll be right there. Now, 3 of the 5 didn't exist because I had to go check them out. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
two of the 5 were valid, and 3 of them
Yeah.
were removed from the internet for some reason or another.
Or it just made them up possibly. Bro,
Well,
like
they're
you
all
you
through
need
the
to go-
American Psychological Association. So
That's
you
how
need
know
to
they're
you
all
need to
made
go
up.
into your settings, Steve, and turn down the beautification filter.
Oh, yeah?
Like half the time you look like you're drawn.
really,
Yeah.
I can't help it, I'm
Yeah.
just a good-looking guy.
maybe, you know.
His skin is just that smooth. You're
Sure,
gonna have to-
sure.
Wait till you see me, it really is.
You know, so I know TikTok does it, and I don't know if Zoom does it, but like TikTok automatically puts your beautification filter like 20%. It's like
There are no
everybody doing
filters.
TikTok videos thinks they look better than they do.
There are no filters on this.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of the blur background. Maybe it's trying to blur your face some too.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I can undo the background.
Maybe it's just my super crap internet connection. I don't know.
Could be. So the wife and I were at a some woo-woo store,
My wife.
and we were talking to a couple of hypnotists and massage therapists and Reiki masters. If anybody's a Reiki master, I haven't met a Reiki individual, only masters. But they're like, your voice is so soothing. And I was like, are you shitting me? And my wife was like, I don't know where they get that from. And I was like, me neither. I think I sound like a cat. So
No, you really do have. I mean, I've listened to some of your recordings. You really do have a good soothing voice.
you just want me to put you to sleep.
Soothing isn't necessarily about frequency. A lot of times it can be about pacing.
Yeah.
Um,
But my wife was shocked. She didn't believe me because I told her, I was like, people say that about me. And I was like, I don't get it. I really don't. And then the lady said it in front of my wife, and I was like, there you go, honey. She goes, wow.
so answer me this. Do you think that you sound like your recorded voice?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. See, the thing is, you do not hear your voice the way other people hear your voice.
Yeah, I
And because
get it.
you hear it through the bones and everything. Okay. But you sound exactly like you do on a recording.
Wow.
Like how you sound on a recording is how your voice really sounds. Unless you've got a super crap recording. But if you've got a good recording on a good mic and everything, that's what your voice sounds like. You may not like it. It may not be what you want your voice to sound like, but that's it.
Yeah, I was over that a long time ago. It is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is, so if you get like a piece of PVC pipe and make a tube, so an elbow, a straight and an elbow, put it to your ear and talk, you'll hear yourself how you actually sound. It's one of the techniques they use for kids that are having speech trouble. They have little like hollow tube phones that so the kids can listen and actually hear their own voice.
Did y'all see Did y'all see, I don't know if it was a TikTok or a YouTube that, you ever seen the ones where they put in the hearing aid and like the kids hear for the first time in their
Oh,
life?
when they put in the what are they called?
Cochlear.
Oh yeah, those will make you ball.
Yeah,
The
that-
cochlear implant.
there
Yeah.
was one they put in this man's ear and he was sitting there with his wife and a doctor. And he's like, I have to, it's irritating, make me deaf again.
I gotta listen to this for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So like adults don't have those same wonderful reactions that children's do to cochlear implants. As far as your wife not necessarily thinking your voice is soothing, there's actually a thing. It happens with you most often hear it talked about with married couples and teenagers, where people say, oh, my teenagers just won't listen to me. It's not that they won't listen to you. It's actually that after about 10 years, we go tone deaf to voices we're around every day.
Yeah.
And it's not that they're not listening. It's literally that they can't hear you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when parents say, you have to scream for them to hear you. No, you don't have to scream. You just have to change your pitch. So it could be a whisper and they'll be able to hear you. But it's the fact that they're tone deaf to your normal voice.
Yeah, when I got my audiogram, the guy was like, you cannot hear on this one particular frequency. And I was like, yep, that's my wife's. That's reserved
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, that's my wife. That's good. That's
I
good.
trained myself specifically to block that frequency for many years.
Yeah.
Right. That's hilarious.
Here she comes. Shh.
Oh,
What is your waitress's name anyway, Steve?
Angie.
Angie. Okay. Hope you tip her well, man. She serves you at that table all the time, it seems like.
Yep, she's pretty good. I
So
might
it
keep her around
seems
for a
like
while.
every time I'm on a call with you, she's bringing you food or beverage. And I'm just like, it's just, Steve is this little skinny twig and he clearly eats all day long, every day. So
That's me.
it's not fair. It's not fair. No.
so.
Sean, what are you eating?
Popcorn. Gotta have popcorn.
I love popcorn.
Yep. Of course, the next 2 days I'll be on a restricted diet,
What are
And I
you
want-
restricted for?
and then I'm off to my follow-up colonoscopy.
Oh,
One
always
stop.
fun.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's always the best time in the world, isn't it?
Yep, they gave me an option this time though, because they're doing it in a bigger hospital. So I had the option of taking the anesthesia or staying awake.
Take the anesthesia.
I didn't
You
even
don't
know
hear-
there was an option to not take the anesthesia.
So
Why would you want to go for that option?
Was this number one for you, Sean?
no, this will be my second.
Yeah.
That's why he put the word follow up in front of it when he said it.
I thought it was a follow-up to, oh, so when was your last one? I mean, were they right in a row or was it 5 years ago?
Last year.
Ah, okay.
So I take it they found some polyps that they were concerned
No,
about?
all the polyps have been removed, but they thought that it could be the possible beginnings of Crohn's disease or just some IBS. So we'll figure out what it
Well,
is and adjust accordingly.
Good. Yeah. Some things even
Meaning
hypnosis
that
can't
I
help.
just eat popcorn from now on and that's it. So
It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. If I had to get stuck with the food, I would be okay with being stuck with popcorn so long as I could make sure Jim Kellner was stuck with pineapple pizza.
I still will not forget getting that text from Colin in the middle of Jim's class. Like, hey, are you guys in class right now? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get some special pizzas delivered to you guys.
I hate that he wasn't able to.
Well, yeah. Would have been
You
hilarious.
are, we cannot hear you, Colin. You don't have a mute on your mic, but I couldn't hear you. Yeah, no audio coming through. Clap.
Nothing? Okay.
Oh, there we go.
But Jim is what he did with Grant when he came up to the first Michigan. We found out it was his birthday, so he's like, "Dude, stop at the store and get 3 cakes." So like every day, Jim would carry this cake out and sing "Happy Birthday" to Grant Saunders. So that the whole time he was at the conference, so drove Grant nuts.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
I have no idea what that was about.
I don't either.
I
But
think China got a hold of your TikTok and was upset.
yeah, that
Yes.
might have been it. That might have been
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You were
No,
ballooned.
and by the way, James, they did let me get away not only with that particular short on TikTok, but also the ones where I referenced, though it's slightly obliquely and it just a quick flash of the famous photo, Tiananmen Square.
Oh my goodness.
But
Were you, yeah, because you were apologizing to let it slide.
no, that was a different one. I can't remember what that one was even about, but yeah.
They refused to let my Texas T video go up for community standards violations.
So-
Granted, it was on there like 400 other times, but mine wasn't okay. Oh.
Was anyone else actually from Texas with that video?
I don't know, but did you ever see my Texas T video?
No, I don't have TikTok. I have stayed away from it.
It's up on YouTube too.
I'll have to check it out.
I'll have to go find it.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, my YouTube has gone up, I think, 175 subs in the last month.
Yeah,
Over
sweet.
a video from
I'm on the
9
phone. What's
months
up?
ago.
Yeah, from when?
A short from 9 months ago.
Really? That's what blew up, huh?
That's what blew up.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it about?
It was I think it was something like, how do you hypnotize someone in 3 easy steps? And it's where I'm doing an instant on
Yeah.
stage with somebody,
And so it was in the last month.
that it just took off.
Can you think of why that happened?
It started showing up on more searches, and that's
Yeah.
where most of the traffic has come from,
Right.
rather than the shorts feed.
Right. But there was also more searches. Hypnosis gets searched more in January than any other month.
Mm.
So that's probably why, because people were searching for hypnosis. So just because there was more volume of it, it got yours just happened to show up more, which hopefully that momentum will carry though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was all around National Hypnosis Day. I'm sure of it.
No, I pretty much guarantee it wasn't, but it had to do with some other thing that happened in January. I don't know. Tends to happen every year, right at the first. You know.
President's Day, huh?
Yeah, that's it. It's President's Day.
Yes. This time for sure.
Yeah, this time for sure. That's what they should be searching. This time for sure.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
I-
Who else?
what-
Anybody else gonna miss the little cafe at the Orleans? I was thinking about that breakfast. I liked that. breakfast.
You know what? I do like the breakfast there. However, I'm not going to miss that cafe because we had so much trouble with that cafe last year that I was like, oh, good. I don't have to go to the Copper Whisk to try and host 20 people for breakfast and have to, oh, you're not allowed to have that many people at your table. Oh, we have to split the check into 97 different pieces.
Really?
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Oh wow. So, well, yeah, you did have a lot of people. I just had me and my camera crew, and I think one other person. So it wasn't that bad.
Well, you're always welcome to join my table. I don't know where we will be having breakfast this year, but we'll be having breakfast somewhere in that hotel.
So I'll look for you.
All right. I hope they have some restaurant that's a good breakfast restaurant in there, which they've got several. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought about that. You know, I was like, I liked the breakfast there, but you know what I mean? So
Like, we had so much trouble with it that my wife and I talked about thinking it was going to be at the Orleans. We talked about this year just getting a suite so we could host breakfast in our suite, you know,
there you go.
and not have to deal with them. But it didn't turn out that way. Thank God, because I may not be able to afford eggs. You know.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So I made that joke the other day. It's like, how's business? Well, it's slowed down. You know, people are deciding between eggs and sanity. So
Yeah,
really,
yeah, pretty much. That's what it comes down to. And clearly, Colin chose eggs.
Mhm.
I like a good scrambled omelet.
You know, here's the thing about, you were talking about World Hypnosis Day. We got it on the 4th. That's when it was decided. I don't remember who decided it. Colin knows. But anyways, we should have taken a page from the Girl Scouts book, you know, and started 3 weeks into resolution season with the big cookie push. You know, that would have been a lot more effective.
Everything about World Hypnosis Day is a train wreck. The date is horrific, and like everything, all due respect, Steve, that the AHA does, nothing is really being done over there that has anything that's really successfully marketing and promoting hypnosis.
I'm not an AHA guy.
Oh, I thought you were always doing their stuff.
Well,
no,
I've
different
done
one.
some of their stuff only because that's a different conversation that.
Okay, gotcha.
Recorded.
Gotcha. But my thing is that coming right after the first of the year.
Yeah.
Everybody is in a different headspace, and it's like, come on, hit them where they ain't, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Casey, you're down there in the corner. You're an AHA person, aren't you?
I am. I'm a HMI girl, and they run the HA.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm not associated with them. I am, however, board certified. If anybody wants to see it, it's the one that goes across the front of my desk and holds everything together. Yeah.
What's the dates of the conference this year?
Which conferences?
I think
HTL.
Oh,
July 21st to starts on July 21st. 21st,
Gotcha.
23rd. Yeah.
Yep. Calendar is set up weird.
Yeah, I'm flying out of here Wednesday to get the podcast set up there, and then actually staying there after the conference is done, because we're flying out in 2 tiers. I'm bringing out the therapists to go to the conference, and then Heather, my business partner, is coming out, and she's forcing me, damn her, to actually take some vacation time where I'm not working the conference and trying to go out at night.
We did meet last year. You were right in the corner when you go in through the door to the left, right?
Yes. I'm hoping to be back there again this year.
That's a good spot.
Yeah.
well, somewhere.
If you're there
close.
this year, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't even know what the vendor room is going to look like. I know there is going to be one. And at present, I do intend to have a booth.
So, well,
For
stop
Hypno
by
Hustle. So if anybody in here has any products or anything they want to sell, the booth is for Hypno Hustle. So your stuff can be on the table.
Yeah, all right.
Who's manning your booth or womaning your booth?
Me, some of the time. I'm certain I will rope Melanie into doing it quite a bit of the time. And I don't know beyond that. I'm looking for volunteers. I'll put together a timesheet. Something. So Joe, are you
There he is.
you and the missus gonna have your improv for stage hypnosis put together, your program?
Actually, it's two. We did two different things, and we got the 25-minute time slot. So hers is actually on personal branding.
Yeah.
She's doing one on personal branding, and then mine's just going to be stage presence for non-actors. So it's going to be mine's going to be really basic, just on things for like people who might not know some things that I know as from my years in theater.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Will Lilly, who he does all Michael C. Anthony's videos and everything. He was saying that it took him time to train Michael C. Anthony to open up to the camera. So little things like that people just don't know because they haven't done it or they haven't had somebody tell them.
Well, someone dropped out and isn't going to be able to make it to the conference. So I got bumped to a 2-hour slot from a 1-hour slot. So that's awesome. Can't wait to do that. That'll be fun.
There you go. What's your presentation on this year?
Turn your voice into money. Turn your
So,
mic into money. So
hey,
Ooh, I like that.
we're gonna like do a
So how to do
recording.
OnlyFans?
Huh?
How to do an OnlyFans page?
I mean, I wasn't gonna include that. It's more the advanced training.
you
but
gotta
yeah,
start with the butter.
we're actually gonna record a hypnosis session live in class. Gonna be kind of a hypno karaoke thing with the whole group. Oh,
That'll be fun.
Wait, Bob, I want to get Bob to speak. Can Bob go off mute?
so Casey says, please do OnlyFans. I don't know if she's talking about me or Colin, but
I will not be presenting this year at Hypno
No.
Hustle. I know
What?
I am rewriting everything and I didn't have time to put anything together that I wanted to, that I thought would be good enough. And last year I was so busy. There's no way to say this without sounding like a conceited jackass. I was so busy at the podcast, I never made it out of the vendor room. It's like everybody came over and just sat down in the seat, and we had a lot of fun doing that. So
that's good.
yeah,
That's good.
all I know is
And-
I've got to get X amount of subscriptions to pay for the vendor booth.
Right. And doing it that way, like you were able to generate a massive amount of content in that 3-day time period, So
We did, and the guys actually put it together. They edited it out as day 1 and day 2, so it was just a really good video on YouTube and on everything else. It went really well. So,
yeah.
But I'll have more comfortable chairs this time. Those chairs I brought with me last time were not that comfortable. Sitting in them all day, I was like, why does my leg hurt right here so bad? It was the chair. And so
Yeah, sure. It was the chair. It wasn't the activities after dark. Yeah. It wasn't going out on the strip and walking for miles. Yeah.
Listen, my night job is fine. So, and how long were you in the theater, Joe?
I've been acting since 2004.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, on stage and on film. So
when I went to Kirkland Community College, I did my fire engineering up there. The only humanities they had was the theater department. So they sent me over there. And once they found out I had carpentry skills, I was the greatest guy ever. I was the only one to go through 4 semesters, 4 years of theater, or I should say not 4 semesters. I never acted. I was never in a presentation. But yeah, I wound up working there for a couple of years as the backstage director. So that was fun. I learned all the terminology, just not how to use it. So, I knew what a mark was, and that's a ghost light. And so, yeah, but that was fun. So I enjoyed that time. So when you said you were in the theater, I'm like, oh, wow, that's very cool that would be in common, just not as much.
Yeah. Have you talked to Jason Lynette at all about his time in working in theater?
A little bit. So I know Jason well enough to say hi to him at the conference. But so yeah, my most of the guys I know are the other presenters. So yeah, just the last couple of years, I've started making the entrepreneurial connection. So because for the first 12 years or so of my practice, I was just in the office constantly with clients, and then I would leave to go to Hypno Thoughts, and my client, you're coming back, right? So they were afraid I was going to move to Vegas or something. I don't know. So
it does seem to be a trend, you know. Hypnotists do seem to like moving to Vegas. Oh.
I don't know why.
There's a lot to be said for it, I suppose. It's a dry heat.
It is. I was joking with Michael DeShalit. He was talking about the winter and stuff. He goes, "Oh man, I could never live in Michigan. It's too cold." I said, "Well, it's a dry cold," and he thought that was funny. It's been weird up here. We got a lot of snow, and then it would get really warm, and all the snow would melt. And then we'd get a lot of snow. It gets really and it melts. It just did it here 2 days ago. We got dumped on, and today I stepped out. It was 50 degrees. So it's been a weird winter here in Michigan. But
I'm right below you in Ohio, so we get similar stuff.
so yeah.
Sorry.
Did you get any of that chemical plume, Joe?
No, I'm north enough away from that
Are you upwind? Never been so happy to be upwind in your entire life, huh?
Right. I'm about probably about 75 miles from the river, so give or take.
17 degrees in Vail. Yeah, that it's like 70 here. So
See, now she's just showing off is what she's doing.
no, if anybody's going to show off, it'll be Colin. He'll be, well, you know, at -40, it's the same temperature. No, Colin, we don't know that because we would never live somewhere where it gets there, so we can find that out.
I wouldn't either.
It's bitter cold here. Yeah, so we do have dry cold though. We have what they call champagne powder, where you go out to the car and you open the door and you slam the door and all the snow just falls off, and you can't make a snowball. It's just dry.
Yeah, my daughter was driving from Denver to meet us halfway today so we could pick up her dog, and we both got shut down on I-80 in Wyoming because of the snow and the cold and the accidents.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Oh, I don't miss that. I do not miss having my fire helmet freeze to icicles and have to go in there and pound it off. I don't miss that.
I just feel that humanity as a whole has invested way too much time, energy, and effort into global warming for it to be taking this long. Right? I mean, I know we're technically at the end of an ice age, but come on, where's my jungle planet?
Exactly. I want my flying car. I want my body in a pill. I want I want that stuff that I was promised.
I don't know. I mean, I would like me to have a flying car, but I'm not sure I want Colin to have a flying car. You know, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
The next thing you're scared of is pilotless planes.
Now, planes are pretty much pilotless now anyways. Like, especially commercial flights, the pilot's job is pretty much handle emergencies, take off, land.
I'm talking about the low flying stuff that's going to start, like bigger than a drone, below a plane's airspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing about flying is there's a lot of space. It's 3-dimensional. It's not 2-dimensional. So it's really easy to not crash into stuff.
You would think.
Some people manage it though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Canada seems to have a lot of birds that can bring down all kinds of aircraft.
But just we're gonna have to make hypnosis products for people who are have anxiety about the flying cars. So somebody get on that. That'll be Sean's job. Corner that market, Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Take it from somebody who has over 1,000 hours in a helicopter. It's not the flying that's the problem. It's the landing and the taking off.
Yeah, always.
So if you have a bunch of people with flying cars trying to land into the same parking lot, that's where it could go bad or take off.
I have some friends that have planes, and Every so often they'll bring, people up into the cockpit and whatnot. And this one friend of mine brought a guy up and he was radioing his buddy and it's like, hey, yeah, I'm in this plane. I almost landed it. And his buddy on the other end said, you realize that almost landing it is still crashing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost didn't make it into Canada for the Canadian Hypnosis Conference. So that was,
DUIs?
huh?
Because of DUIs?
No.
They won't let you in if you have a DUI. We did the AA convention there years ago and people were outraged. They were like, yeah, we can't do that ever again because people in AA are all fucking drunks and a lot of them have DUIs.
They won't let you into Canada if you have a DUI.
Not as an American.
Wow.
Real.
Doug,
Had
in the
no
United
idea.
States,
didn't know that.
if you have a DUI here, they won't let you into the States.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I messed up the pass can, which I found out that the Canadians called it the pass can't. So I wound up in the little booth there talking to the guy. But as soon as they found out that I was going to the hypnosis conference and I was a hypnotist and I was a firefighter, the one guy's like, oh, the one guy goes, no, I'll fill it out for you. And the one lady goes, the agent that stopped me says, well, I told him he would have to turn around. He goes, yes, but I outrank you. And he started filling it out. It was so cool. They let me in.
It's never about policy, is it? It's always
No.
personal.
I guess. But I just like, I was the only guy there from the States that got to it. And Canadians are very polite. They very politely told me the fastest way to get back to the States. Hey, if you get on the one there right now, there's no traffic. Go right down in there. You can get out of here.
Why
It was
didn't
a good
anybody
time,
else
though.
get in?
Huh?
Why didn't anybody else get in?
The pass can, you had to fill out this paperwork.
What is the pass can?
It was for the coronavirus. You had to fill it out and you had to have it with you. And then it had to be right. So if it wasn't right, they wouldn't let you in, or if you messed it up, they would turn you around at the border.
Wow.
So yeah, I was the third guy there that was coming into Canada, but I was the only one that didn't get turned around that morning.
Wow.
So, but yeah, and I know that two of them were going to the conference because Pierre Benoit, who I met up there, much like you, Scott, found out that, well, he was only supposed to do one presentation and they tagged him for two more presentations. So just because
Americans could get in. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm still just doing the one. It's just not a 1 hour, it's a 2 hour.
So yeah.
You need
So
2
I'm
hours
doing-
anyway to do that.
I do.
I'm going to speak at a women's networking thing in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
What kind of lavalier should I get?
They won't have it. They won't have them.
No, the one I just went to was at a bar and I'm like, yeah, this is unacceptable. We're gonna be doing hypnosis in March. So
Just get that level air that we put out there that has all the,
If only someone had an affiliate code.
Steve, go
No.
go get the link for it.
yeah, I'll go get the link. I don't have an affiliate for it, but I'll get the
Oh,
link.
I thought you had signed up for an affiliate on Amazon.
I did.
So grab your link. Just go to the page, use a site stripe, grab
Hey,
your link.
don't pressure me.
Get
I
it,
signed up for
Steve.
one and I couldn't get two people to buy shit. And so they said, no, you're not gonna get this. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
What now?
I signed up for an affiliate link and they rescinded it.
Amazon?
Oh yeah, I had set up a temporary one and they told me I have to jump through some hoops. So I've got to jump through those hoops this next week or so and then get it all back online.
Yeah,
I used to
have
be an
not
affiliate a
used
long
mine.
time ago, but I had let it lapse.
So you guys
it
saw
don't-
Adam,
you laugh?
Scott, you saw Adam Koch has hit a huge milestone, right?
What's the
What
huge
is-
milestone?
I don't know, $5,000 a week. What was it? Ton of money in recordings. And I
Yeah,
went to his stuff and his weight loss has like 23 hypnosis audios for just weight loss. I'm like, holy shit.
Who is that?
Adam Cox.
Adam Cox. Yeah. He's doing a pre, I think, on basically digital hypnosis,
Yeah.
product creation and marketing and organic outreach through YouTube and podcasting and a couple other things, I think.
So I was gonna do a video today, but I never got my shit together.
It happens. Been there, done that.
Story of my life.
It happens for weeks at a time for me.
Just will it down a little bit at a time, you know. That's all you can do.
I've got the script ready. And I want it to be something that my clients can access so that it gets views. It's
Yep.
about boundaries.
You know, break it down into smaller processes if you need to sometimes. As I don't remember which author said this, but and I'm probably going to butcher the quote, but essentially it was they asked him when he writes, and he says he writes when inspiration strikes. Fortunately, it strikes at 9 a.m. every morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
You train yourself to show up, and your brain will figure out that that's what's happening, and it'll get you moving.
Yeah.
But you know, got to take them first steps. And
I know. There's a guy I know that says anything worth doing is worth doing poorly at first.
absolutely.
Casey, do you need the mic to record yourself, or do you need the mic to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have a camera, so I'm going to shoot it on my phone, but can I get the mic to attach to my phone somehow?
This
Absolutely.
mic
What kind
that
of
he's
phone do you
sharing,
have?
yeah.
Awesome.
What kind of phone do you have?
13 Pro.
Is that an iPhone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The link I sent you won't work then. Let me,
It's for the Type C.
yeah. So the link that's in the chat, guys, is for the Type C.
I don't see your link. Did you send it to everyone?
Maybe I just sent it to Colin.
Oh, you and Colin having private conversations over here, huh? I don't blame you. I understand.
World domination.
Like that, huh?
I don't know where it went. It's in the chat.
Thank you, Sean, for finding that quote. So that's Somerset. I don't know. Maudham?
If I was a betting man, I'd say mom.
Oh, I see a link now.
That is atrocious, Steve. Why
I
didn't
didn't
you
run it through Bitly.
You don't run it through Bitly. Just do you not? You're an associate, right? You have the Amazon associate program.
No, so I don't see it on here. So it comes
You-
up as my wife, so I'm not even gonna mess with it.
Okay. Yeah, you got to get that site stripe turned on so you can just go text link and it gives you the nice shortened Amazon link.
Okay, so this mic is going to be way back where the phone is. Don't I
Don't
need a
use-
lavalier on me and the phone over there?
No.
Yes.
So the
Don't use
receiver
that one,
plugs
though.
into
Let
the
me give you other
phone.
one.
Right?
The receiver plugs into the phone, and then the lavalier goes on you. And no, you sent the one for the one I just clicked on is for the iPhone. It's for the iPhone. It's got at least the picture has a lightning cable, a lightning attachment there. So
Really?
yeah, the picture does. Yeah, iPhone, iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
sent the right one.
All right, get that one. I must have
Thank
done it by
you.
mistake.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's $27.
Much
And I've been using mine. I think my wife was like, I don't know, 50, 60 feet away from me. She was doing some RV reviews, and I had my mic on, and I was outside someplace, and I started talking just to see if it would pick up. Yeah,
Cool.
you can be in
I'm-
another room, a couple
I'm worried
hundred
that
feet
they're
away.
going to be talking though.
What's that?
I'm worried that the audience will be talking and fucking around.
But it
Don't
does
worry
a
about it.
really good job of isolating your audio.
It does.
Right.
Okay,
It
cool.
does.
Oh, you got yours already, Bob?
I've had it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I use.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Awesome. Thank you.
What's with the little fuzzies on the top of this? There's one down below. You click on it, it's got little fuzzies on it.
What are you talking about? A windsock?
Yeah, the windsock.
Yeah. I don't know what down below
It does. It says Kingwell wireless lavalier microphone for
Oh,
iPhone.
is it just one of the related products?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not seeing that one. They're
It's-
different for
it's-
everybody,
It's about it. I see it, Bob.
but it's got a dead cat on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they call that. So that does a better job of isolating wind noise.
Yeah, I can see that. It's interesting.
That's what I would need if I was out at my local place here, because it's always windy.
Hey, Bob, now that you're off the phone,
Yeah, thanks.
tell us about your trip.
Oh, the one I just did.
Yeah.
I went to Texas.
Oh, I
for,
thought the Anthony Gailey.
oh, I did that. Yeah, we talked about that last week, I thought.
Yeah, we
there was a
did. You
super-
weren't
There was a
you
football
weren't
game
here,
going.
so
But
Yeah,
in the
the-
we'll have to
recording,
catch you up another time.
yeah, but the recording basically edited almost all that conversation out.
Yeah.
Oh, because we
yeah.
were mentioning some people. Yeah, we didn't want
So
to.
I
we didn't
had to
wanna-
trim a chunk of the recording out for client confidentiality. So
Yeah,
it
it
was-
was.
we
It,
can catch
then,
you-
Bob.
we can catch you up on that another time. Yeah. So, but what about Texas? How'd you
Texas
like the
was-
great state?
it was good, but it was short and it was a long flight.
And was that for a training?
That was for my granddaughter's gymnastics.
Ah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I was fixing to say bye to Dan because he was leaving, but he's out. All right. Bye,
Oh,
Dan.
Dan's gone already?
Yeah, he's got to get up early in the morning, he said
He
in the
bounced.
chat. But yeah, so you had some fun, huh?
It was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, my granddaughter really enjoyed it too. So she ended up doing really well. But it was a energy draining trip. There's no doubt. So it was on the plane. I think we left Thursday. We were there Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we left it, or Saturday we left it around 8 o'clock, landed at 12:30, didn't get home until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Ugh.
Yeah. So it
Where
was,
was it?
it was in yeah, it was in Texas,
Fort Hood.
Worth or
yes.
Fort Hood?
Fort Worth. Yeah.
Oh, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. It was fun. We enjoyed it. It was a quick trip. When I'm with my family, it's always crazy with them. So the only thing that really had me going a little bit was, and I think I talk about this too a lot of times in conversational, is people I'm finding don't really care about other people too much. Now, that's a broad statement, but let me elaborate on it. You know, I sat there with a group of people and I went around the table asking them questions. Hey, you know, like, what do you spend most of your time doing? Of course, we know what that means. And, you know, they brought up a memory, and then I talk about, you know, what they do for a living. And I'm like, I realized not once did they come back and say, what do you do? Who are you?
Yeah.
Not once. And we literally spent 2 days with these people. And it shocks me anymore because I never paid attention because I was always just asking questions and I'm always interested. But people just don't ask questions and aren't interested
So
and don't listen.
it's not necessarily, I think, that people aren't interested. I think what it is that people are generally more concerned with their own affairs.
Yeah.
And so they don't necessarily concern themselves with the affairs of others or care, as you might say. But that's also a great thing because it means nobody cares. So you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want because there's nobody that's going to really stop you from doing what you want because, you know, nobody cares. They're not concerned with what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're concerned with what they're doing and what's going on with them. Colin, we again cannot hear you, sir.
Bob, I
guys
have an
know-
in-law who's I think high on the narcissistic scale.
Okay.
And I know everything there is to know about him, but he knows nothing about me. So I think some
That's
people are
something.
introverted, some people are narcissistic, and some people, are probably preoccupied.
Yeah.
was
Most
gonna say, did
people's
you marry my
favorite
wife's
subject
sister,
is
James?
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. I totally agree with that. And it's just disappointing because you would think that somewhere along the line, I could get, that's another one too. When you're walking down a street or you're walking somewhere, how many people actually look at you in the face? It's almost like you have they're afraid to do it.
Not in
there's
Texas.
I gotta tell
Not
you,
here.
Yeah.
older people will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Older
Yeah.
people will look at you, they'll nod, they'll smile, and they'll keep walking. But the
Can
younger
you hear me now,
generation,
Scott?
oh yeah,
Yes,
we
we can
got
hear
you.
you now.
Okay.
What were you
Fort Worth
saying?
is so progressive right now that, and they had all the issues going on with Black Lives Matter and everything else in downtown Fort Worth. It's just hard unless you're in the stockyards,
Yeah.
So let me posit an alternate theory.
Okay.
Part of what you are getting might actually be a result of this huge spike we've seen in social anxiety. And Bob, when you're asking people these questions about things they actually know something about, all they have to do is tell you what they already know. Yes? For them to actually engage you and come up with queries to find out more about you, they're not used to doing that. Some people have been locked down for a long period of time. They're still working from home, not getting out. And so there's just this huge, like, tidal wave of anxiety about social interactions going on right now, that I think that might be a piece of it.
Maybe with the
Could Bob
people that
also
was
be
like he was there
broadcasting
for.
some sort of alpha waves that they're like, oh, they're intimidated. They don't want to ask you anything.
It's possible. It's
I
very
mean, you're pretty
possible.
intense when you're asking questions, so they might be scared. I mean, you're friendly, but you get in there,
Yeah,
I
maybe
asked
they
them-
think it's a loaded question, Bob. You never know.
Yeah.
Look at it from their side for just a second. So why would they think like that?
So one of those questions would be, what gets you up in the morning is really not something most people ask. Is that what you're saying, James?
Oh yeah, it's
No,
definitely
you drill
questions.
down. You're probably different here than you interact there, but sometimes you just kind of triangulate in like a shark and you're very curious. And I don't think most people are as curious as you are.
No, I don't think so either. I
You're
think
so polite, James.
most people are far more concerned about their own affairs and what they have going on than they are about other people. You're right. Most people don't care. Most people don't care about you. They're not concerned with you. They're not watching you. They just,
But yeah,
to
to play the other side though, I think Colin's onto something. There is a high level of anxiety and or social awkwardness now with the autism spectra and drugs and whatever. Yeah, people are.
Do you think they're
are
suspicious?
definitely edgy.
Do you think it makes them suspicious? Like, where's he going with this?
I don't know about that.
They
But
don't
like,
need to be
I had
suspicious.
an interaction at the coffee shop where the line was very crowded, and at one point, the lady in front of me was with her daughter. She like backed into me, and she got upset. And then a moment later, I accidentally took a step too close to her, and she turned around and like scolded me, like, "You're getting very close to me," And I think she was just like, it's probably COVID and all of that stuff. But yeah, it's weird.
Was this recently, James?
It was on Sunday. Yeah.
Wow. So already that's still a thought in their mind.
Yeah.
Are you standing in line?
I think so. Either that, or she just didn't, I think she thought I was man-spreading or something like that. That's the tone that she was giving. And it's like,
Man-spreading.
I just looked behind. I just looked behind and I was like, you do realize that everybody else is standing closer to me than I'm standing to you. It was a very crowded coffee shop, 40 people in line.
Boy, am I going to introduce you to somebody this year, James.
Are you guys going to Orlando?
Yes. Yes.
I would like to.
I just
I haven't-
canceled because
I
I
haven't
need to
booked.
be here with my baby dog and I just can't swing it this year.
Well, there you go, James, because she's already got the room and the ticket.
Yeah. Does anybody need a ticket? I got last year's price, like October. I gave Rick Green my room
When is it?
next week. It's 2, 3, 4. Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday,
That's a following. Yeah, it is. Is it next week already? Wow. No, following week. Yeah.
following weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone? Anyone?
I'm
Not-
interested,
not
but
me,
I don't
not
know if
me.
I can swing that. It's more a timing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Thursday, Friday,
My
Saturday.
daughter is rides equestrian competitively, and every other weekend they're doing something. So I got to
Oh, what
check.
does she do, James?
That's cool.
She was pony jumper, and then
Ponies
she
can jump.
recently moved up to equitation. She's doing 3 foot and 3.3 right now, trying to qualify for nationals and that kind of stuff.
Do you guys know Nicole Weber from previously from Germany?
The name sounds familiar.
I've
I
heard
believe
her
I
on an interview,
have
but I don't
met her.
know her.
Yeah, so she's moving
Yeah,
down
she's
there by
very
you somewhere,
interesting.
Scott, somewhere in that big state. But she
Oh, in
just,
Texas?
yeah, she gave everything up in Germany. She's coming over here. She does a lot of equestrian hypnosis. I always
Oh, cool.
bash on her, so, but she's a great person.
I think I
Steve.
heard her on Jason
S
Lance podcast.
sounds.
It was very good, interesting.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
How do you
Yeah,
hyp-
she's probably moving closer to James than me.
Steve, how do you hypnotize a horse?
Oh, I've got a video on that. So I've got a video of me putting a horse to sleep.
Is it similar to how you do a chicken? I know
No,
how to
you gotta-
hypnotize a chicken.
You got to do the Crocodile Dundee thing.
Yeah. When you hypnotize a chicken, do not erase the line.
Yeah. What was that on, Scott? I can't remember what that was on.
It was a video a while back, but yeah. But no, that's that's
Yeah.
a real thing. You really can hypnotize chickens now. Hypnotize. They're not really hypnotized, but there's a I don't remember what it's called. Now my brain's gonna pick at it until I remember
All I
it.
can think of is that Johnny Carson when the lady gave him CPR.
But there's a lot of animals that they figured out different ways to essentially shut down their motor reactions for a short period of time.
It
There's
is-
different techniques you can do.
It is a form of trance.
It is absolutely, yeah. But it's different for different animals. So humans, apparently, you got to press on the jugular for about 15 to 30 seconds.
Apparently.
Something like that.
Yeah, somebody did that.
The carotid artery induction.
Yes, the jujitsu induction is what they call that.
No,
I'm
no,
not gonna make a David
it's
Carradine
literally
joke.
in the Stage Hypnosis Bible. It's called the carotid artery induction. Yeah.
So is there a setting in Zoom where you can hear, like, can you hear this?
No, we can't hear that. So up in the top left corner of your screen, if you're on your computer, you should have something that says original sound off. Click that until it says original sound on, and then we should be able to hear everything.
I just have meeting format up there.
I don't know. You on a Mac? I don't know what it looks like, but
No, mine have
Not
Windows.
on mine either, Scott.
well, fine. Now, can you turn it on?
Is it on audio?
I may have turned it on. Ding it again.
I can hear it. Yeah.
I
can hear
still
something.
can't hear the bowl.
Say it again. Can you hear this?
Nope.
Is it in audio or original sound for musicians?
Yeah, original sound for musicians. Turn that on. Still can't hear it. Your mic must not be picking it up for some reason.
It's loud. Oh, you know what? It's my computer. It's not on my
On your good mic.
I don't have my camera on.
But yeah, y'all could probably hear my fan now since I turned that on. I'm gonna turn it back off.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what a difference. Yeah, because I noticed when I did the magnets, you guys, I checked the recording, you couldn't hear that
No,
recording.
that's because Zoom does a pretty good job of filtering out noise.
Yeah.
So if I
That
put
I
it,
heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it again. No, I didn't hear that. I don't know.
Really? It's loud.
There we go, Sean. I knew you'd get it for me. Tonic immobility. That is what it's called when you hypnotize an animal. Tonic immobility.
can you guys hear that background?
You can hear it.
I hear those
I can hear
magnets clanking.
clicking.
Yeah. So that's what I was talking about. When I did the magnet thing, you couldn't hear it before because it sounded like I was just throwing up magnets. So you couldn't hear that.
Right.
So did you turn the original sound on?
I did. I turned it on like she said.
That's what I was
still
saying.
trying to find it.
It should be in the top.
Audio, settings audio.
Okay. I just have a click for it when I hover over the top left-hand part of the screen.
I got it, Casey. Thank you.
There it's
Can you
back
hear
on.
this now or not?
I heard that.
Can you hear this?
Like I heard, so we can hear it at first and then it gets filtered out, I think.
The echo, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Knock off that echo cancellation.
Yeah.
Like, but if you've got the original sound on, it shouldn't be canceling anything out.
It did. I had my original sound on, but echo cancellation was still on.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's okay. You got to turn both of them off, maybe. Okay.
I'm gonna keep that on in case he barks. Any outside noises just take you deeper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Well done.
Even live when he's in the room, if he starts going in his dreams, the person in the chair doesn't hear him.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I'm like,
Interesting.
Yeah, apparently Zoom does a pretty good job of only letting voice through.
So I have a video.
Okay.
Right.
What's your
Right.
video on?
Find it where it is. Did you guys ever see where the guy hypnotizes the bartender and then makes him think he's Denzel Washington?
yeah, do it again.
I think I've seen that one. I've seen
All
a
right,
lot of
okay,
hypnotizing
all right.
people and thinking people are celebrities. So that's a pretty common street gag skit, we call it.
Really
Yeah.
jacked. Thinking of.
Just trying to find, there's another one here that it's really good. With Igor. And I like how he's stacking his inductions. I'm trying to think of who this guy is. I don't know, but I'll play it. I'll share it. This is a good one. See if I can get this. I can get him in a good spot. Share the sound. You guys might go, oh yeah, I know him. I don't know. But I like how he stacks everything.
Kristen, how you doing? You happy to be hypnotized?
Yes.
Cool. I'm just going to take you through a few really simple exercises. Okay. I'll ask you to concentrate. I don't want you to pretend.
You guys can hear that, right?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Freddie Jackman. Not Freddie.
Anthony?
Anthony?
No.
That is
No.
Anthony.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's Anthony something. I don't know who. I thought it was.
On mine, it looks like a black dude.
Fight it.
No, he's not black.
So, use imagery, get ideas
Sounds
going through your mind. I'm sure you'll find this easy to do. Okay, let's start with just an exercise in concentration. Put your hands out in front of you like this. Clasp them together, really tight, palms together. Really tight as you can. Bend your elbows like you're making a desperate prayer. This is where most people make one. Put your first fingers up about an inch apart. Just like that. Look at the gap between your fingers. In a moment, they will touch like they're two magnets being pulled together. That way you can allow your eyes to close.
I don't know. Come on, that quick? I think
Yeah.
because he had her, she tilted her head back. And then I think when he brought her hands up this high, when she put her head down, her eyes went up so far that
No, see, you're making a classic mistake here. See, this induction right here is called the name badge induction. It went so quick because she's got that name badge around her neck, and it causes all the inductions to work extra well and rapidly.
Well, what I was guessing is that he'd already put her under before.
Mhm.
Yeah, same thing.
In class, yeah, he did.
You know, which in that case, yeah, no, it's like you absolutely are going to have some people that are going to go on that quickly.
Pre-selected, pre-trained subjects or
Yeah.
clients or volunteers, whatever you choose to politically correctly call them.
And just relax. Don't go to sleep just
Hey,
yet.
Steve,
down.
put in an order for me. I want a nice big bowl.
That's our homemade dog food.
Good.
Oh,
Okay,
well.
concentrate. We'll do a very similar thing. I'll ask you to place both hands out like this. I'll just show you first. I know you're keen. Right, I put both hands out. You're going to imagine there's a huge magnet here and a huge magnet here pulling your hands together. Again, don't act, don't pretend. Just concentrate and you'll actually feel this energy. Okay, so place your hands out in front of you. Just like this, imagine a huge magnet here and one here. Look directly at the gap between your hands, not on me, not anywhere else. Get a clear picture of them stuck out there. Now close your eyes. When your eyes close, imagine that real or imagined force is getting stronger and stronger and stronger with each move of your hands closer and closer together, stronger and stronger. When they touch, again, you can just drift down into a relaxed state. That's right, deeper, deeper down. Let this hand relax, let this hand relax. You're doing wonderfully. Now I'm going to say the words 1, 2, wide awake. When I do, your eyes will open and you'll be ready to be hypnotized. Nod your head when you understand. That's right, 1, 2, wide awake. Excellent. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Cool. Can I just borrow your hand? Look right.
it's real obvious she's playing along. I mean, there's no doubt.
Right. So did you notice a moment ago the camera angle switched
Yes.
to where it was behind them when you could see the audience?
Yes.
See, this is called the social validation induction. You know, she's gonna go along with everything he does because she's the demonstration subject in front of a whole room full of people. So of course it's always going to work, and it's going to work flawlessly and rapidly.
Up here, look at the lines on it, look at one spot. As this moves towards your face, your eyes are going to begin to change focus, and as you become aware of your eyes, you can just close your eyes and sleep now and relax deeper down. You won't fall off the chair, you find a comfortable position, you're safe, you're well, you're protected. Nothing can harm you now, nothing can bother you. You have a super powerful mind and it's working for you. And you're going to enjoy this experience. You can just let go for a time. No outside sounds important to you now, just the sound of my voice and your imagination. Now I'm going to count to 5, all the way down to 0. And with each number I go past, you're going to become twice as deeply relaxed. Again, you won't fall off the chair, you remain sitting where you are, twice as deeply hypnotized, and you're going to drift toward this imaginary.
Now, what I'm noticing is she was breathing in her stomach and she's up to her chest a little bit. So she is a little apprehensive and a little nervous.
You know, I have no doubt that she really is in hypnosis. You know, sure, there's an element of playing along, but there's an element of playing along in all hypnosis.
Absolutely.
You know? But that doesn't mean that it's not actually happening. You know, it really does. Yes, there is that social proof of I'm in front of a room, the hypnotist is hypnotizing me. Yes, it's going to work because of that, but that doesn't mean it's not working. It's not genuine. It really is working because of that. You know, it's perceived authority.
I love that.
I can tell you.
It's like a target. On the other side of that 0 is a profound state of hypnosis you may have never experienced before. So picture that in your mind, that 0 in the distance. When you can see it, just nod your head and then begin drifting right through space, out of your body now, just as a mind. 5, deeper relaxed. 4, closer and closer to that 0. 3, getting more excited about drifting into that profound state of hypnosis. 2, deeper and deeper down now. 1, see it like a giant 0, like a doorway, you're just going to drift right through. And 0, deeper sleep now, deeper sleep. You're doing wonderfully. In a moment, I'm going to touch the back of your left hand. I'll touch the back of your hand. It will begin to lift up off your leg up towards your head, all by itself. You have a complete sense of involuntariness about that. You can imagine it happening all by itself. So I'll touch this hand. Again, you'll feel it starting to lift up very slowly. It will just drift up on a cushion of air towards your head, like your head's a magnet and your hand's a magnet. You'll enjoy this sense of well-being when it touches.
Is that an unconscious movement? Sorry. The way she's moving it?
I
It's
would
hard to
say
tell,
yes,
but
because
yeah.
her hand is like this. When it's conscious, if it's conscious, I always see the hand up like that. You know, the hand is up. If it's more relaxed, pointing down, I say there's more unconscious movement there.
Yeah.
Your head, it will start to seem funny right away. It will start to seem funny, and that laugh is going to grow. It's going to get funnier and funnier. Genuinely, like when you crack up laughing, you try and tell a story, you can't even tell it. It's so funny. That's how it's going to be, and there's nothing you can do about that. You're going to laugh out loud.
You know what's amazing is when we were doing this years ago, and I used to watch, they always used to talk softly.
Yeah.
And slowly. Now it's the voice has gotten louder, it picks up, it's quicker, it's faster.
It's conversational voice.
It depends on what you're doing. You know, there's a place for that quote unquote hypno voice. But even whenever you're doing it this way and it has that sing songness to it, you know, and it's a faster paced hypnosis, it still works. It's just a different kind of hypno voice, you know. For more active stuff, like stage hypnosis has always been this way. It's always been fast paced. You know, this is a street demo. It's a demo of something you might do at a bar or at a club or something, or even on the street.
Aren't you worried though, as a hypnotist on the stage, that they're going to miss what you say if you're talking too fast?
If they're in trance, they're not going to miss what you say because you're talking too fast. If that happened, then you would just reinforce it. Just say it again. Yeah.
Here's when I'm going through the induction process, I'm slowing way down.
Yeah. There you go.
I have to be loud.
Yeah.
Okay. For a lot of reasons, I've got to be loud. But during the induction process, I'm slowing way down. My initial suggestions after that, they're going to be a little bit slower paced. But once I actually know who's there, who's going to do cool stuff, and is feeling comfortable, and I want to come back to that piece in a second, then I'm going to speed up. Because I can't, like Scott just said, I can just blast right through some of these suggestions. But one of the things that happens a lot when I'm sending somebody off the stage is later they tell me, listen, I was under, you had me under, and then all I could think about was my dad in the third row, or all my coworkers are staring at me right now. And that brought me out.
Yeah.
And so more than one thing can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
With all this.
Interesting.
Next time I click my fingers, you laugh as inappropriately as you possibly can. That's right, as inappropriately as you possibly can. You're going to laugh like a pig. It's terrible. I'll tell you what, I click my fingers again, you stop laughing like a pig. You're going to laugh like an evil demon with an evil cackle. That's how you're going to laugh. That's right, you are an evil demon. I click them again, you'll laugh like the laughing policeman. There's nothing you can do about it. That's right, that's exactly how you're going to laugh. The funniest thing of all is you try and pull your hand off, you'll find it's stuck. You'll find it's glued there. And even that's going to seem funny to you. Put some effort in, try and unstick it, find you cannot. The more effort you put in, the more difficult it's going to become. I know it's a very strange feeling, but you can even open your eyes and look at it, it will remain stuck. Is that your hand? Is it your hand? Are you sure? How long have you known you can move your hand?
What do you mean by that?
How long have you been able to move your own arm?
I believe since I was born.
Really? So is that stuck to your head now?
Now, when he asked her that question, she was operating from the conscious part of her mind, the logical side. So how was she able to do that and still stay in trance with having her hand stuck to her head?
It's not like the conscious mind and unconscious mind are separated. They're together. They're both there. Even when you're in trance, your conscious mind is still there. You know.
It's called trance logic.
Yeah, trance logic. Trance logic will make everything work out.
Well, I think what he did put an embedded command before he asked the question.
But also this is like so Colin was saying whenever he's hypnotizing, he'll slow down, right? But that's on a stage show. So this is a street hypnosis demonstration. Like street hypnosis is fast. You don't mess around with street hypnosis. You're not doing a 5-minute induction when you're doing street hypnosis. So
this guy's taking way longer to do the induction part than I'm taking on stage to do an induction.
Oh yeah,
way longer. Way longer.
So what are we calling the induction? What was the induction? Was it the finger magnets? Was it the hand magnets? Is it the face magnet with the hand here? Was it the I'm looking at my hand? Is all of this the induction?
Every single one of them.
Is that what we're saying, or is this the whole demo? Like when did the induction stop and the demonstration begin?
It looked to me like it's all induction.
This still looks like induction to you?
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
The finger.
I don't think it's induction, it's fractionation, isn't it?
Both.
That's part of instruction.
Good call there,
Oh,
James.
I guess you're right. It is.
See, so at this point, as soon as we're eliciting phenomena that's trance phenomena, then we're induced, right?
So deepener.
So everything else is a deepener.
Right.
Now, granted, all deepeners are inductions and all inductions are deepeners, you know, but once we've got the first trance phenomena, we're past induction as far as I'm concerned. You know, so what is it?
In this case, where is the first trance phenomena?
Finger magnets, maybe. But certainly the first time she closes her eyes. Right. So that's the end of the induction and the beginning of demonstration of trance phenomena.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I would not say that. I would.
No?
It's like, I think this where he's sticking her hand to her head and getting her to laugh. That's the first real trance phenomena.
Yeah. The laughter, the induced laughter is absolutely trance phenomena.
Right.
No doubt about it.
Right.
But I mean, he had her hands stuck together with the magnetic hands a minute ago. So
but, see, to me, that is definitely induction, not trance phenomena.
Okay, so why is there a distinction between my hand is stuck to my hand, that you're saying that's not trance phenomena, but my hand stuck to my forehead, somehow this is. So where's the difference?
Because of his pattern and what he's doing with it and how he's setting it up. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
And so it's like
now obviously by the title he considers this whole thing an induction.
Rapid inductions.
Yeah. So it's titled Hilarious Hand Induction. And now we're to the hilarious hand. So everything up to at least this was induction for him is what he's considering it.
Okay. I'll tell you what, just place your other hand onto the table and look at the back of it. Do you think you can lift that hand?
Yes.
Try and lift it. Strange, isn't it? Now, I'll tell you what, if I was to offer you like, I don't know, $100, do you think you could touch it?
Touch what?
Do you think you could take hold of that? For $100.
Well, there's a phrase that'll get you in trouble if you say it the wrong way.
Give you $100. Can you think you can touch it?
Yeah.
person I'm touching right now.
I was just thinking about that, Colin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but wait, I got another one coming.
This is an Igor thing, huh?
Yeah.
$100. Seriously, you think you can touch it? Yeah? Try and pull your hand off your head. But imagining that's impossible. Imagining you've got a complete sense of involuntariness about it. That's right. Put some real effort in. I know you can see you moving your fingers. If you, it's close, but it's not quite close enough. I'll tell you what. I'll bring it a little bit closer. If you touch it, you can have it. Sleep now. Deeper, relax. Deeper.
Oh, did he just promise her something and he's not going to deliver?
Relax, deeper, relax.
Maybe.
Let him go, sinking, floating, drifting down to sleep.
Well, that
And you
was
can
the
take all this on
confusion.
board.
That was the moment. She did the transderivational search for if I can move my hand, and then he went sleep.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
You can take a great amount of learning from your experience.
That's working.
In a moment, you're going to wake up absolutely refreshed, absolutely.
That's a whole lot of lettuce.
Fantastic. In the perfect state for absorbing new
Bok choy.
information. new
No,
ideas.
Napa cabbage.
You're going to find when you go out later on this evening, when you're practicing in here during the day, you'll do this with a wonderful air of confidence. You'll just be your best self. You'll be on top form, free of inhibitions. Well, you can have some inhibitions, appropriate inhibitions, but you can be free of any doubts, free of any cares.
And he just counts her back. So he never gives her the $100, and she technically touched it with her other hand.
Might, you don't know.
Maybe he does give it to her. You don't know.
Well, that's true. He put it back in his pocket, though.
Yeah, that was pretty sketchy.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I once had a guy pull $100 bill out of his wallet in Las Vegas and just hand it to me like it was nothing, and then want it back. So I understand.
Yep. But I will go
Wouldn't
to
touch
our
it, what happened?
graves disagreeing on that one, my man.
What happened? You
Uh-huh.
wouldn't touch it?
You would touch it.
Just kiss it once.
Oh my, where are we taking this?
This sounds like not safe for work conversations.
No.
It depends on where you work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same for my work.
Oh,
Well, it's helpful when you're your own boss. So, you know.
Yep.
Lisa, where are you?
I'm in Cloverdale, California, in a beautiful hotel room, if you couldn't tell, cooking in the bathroom sink. The bathroom's over there, though. This is the bathroom. So yes, I'm going to be cooking. See my nice knife?
Yeah, cooking in the sink. What does that mean?
Well, this is my kitchen
Making some meth.
for right now. I have
That
an
looks like a prison kitchen, Lisa.
like
Where'd
a
you
prison
learn that?
kitchen, but it's a hotel kitchen.
No. If it was prison, the sink would have been stainless steel.
That's true.
and no knives.
And no one would
Wow.
come and clean it for me every day, which is lovely. I do enjoy a daily housekeeping.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think that they have daily housekeeping in prison. I feel like that's not really a thing.
No.
Pretty sure they probably have to clean up after themselves.
Yep. This is not something I want firsthand experience with.
So
Same.
Scott, one of the things I did this week was in Canva, I created just a background template.
Okay.
In Chat GPT, I asked for 10 affirmations, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I asked Chat GPT to put it in spreadsheet format.
Okay.
And then once it was in spreadsheet format, I copied and pasted it into Canva, and it made 10 social media posts.
Okay.
Wow.
So here's my
Wow.
question to you. ChatGPT is capable of far more than 10. So why
Sure.
did you make 10 instead of 100?
Because I was just playing with it.
But yeah, no, that sounds
Then,
great,
yeah,
man.
If you make 100, you can do 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
So I'm going to start putting little videos out on there for everybody to
So-
go, here's exactly step by step.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. As far as the
Thank you, honey.
how you did that, you depending on your background, right? So you could run this through Google Docs, and that you would actually be able to essentially put in your spreadsheet with say 1,000 affirmations, and run it through and link it to a slide deck presentation and knock out all your images. And you could basically do this with a mail merge so that
Yeah.
all your affirmations end up on your background, et cetera, et cetera. There's some other ways to do that are, we've
Yeah,
talked about some of that, me and you.
Canva has a mail merge type functionality.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great then. Doesn't surprise me. Canva's like, man, there's a good idea on the web. I'm going to incorporate it into my product.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Chat GPT is incorporated into Canva somehow. I know
think
they have some
some
sort of
version
AI
of it.
incorporated in there.
Yes.
What was that, James?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's exactly Chat GPT, but they have something.
Yeah, but they have something about their creation and for profit kind of there's something. Don't ask
Yeah.
me. I read about it. I forgot the exact things, but you're not selling those memes. You're just using them.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think even on the free stuff, you have commercial rights to your stuff you make in Canva, right?
You do, but when you go to sell it, and Lisa's right, if you use one of their templates,
Yeah.
you can't sell it. But if you alter one of the templates and make it your own, then you can.
Now, is it alteration or do you have to start from scratch?
I typically just start from scratch
Yeah,
anyway.
that seems easy enough. But yeah,
if
you know
were
me,
gonna-
I'm all for let's do some sort of
automation
and trick to make a bunch of content. I found that the amount of time it takes me to make one piece of content, if I just wrap my brain around, I'm going to make 1,000 pieces of content. It only takes me twice as long as making one piece manually to do all the different automation steps to make 1,000 pieces. Yeah.
Well, it took you 20 years to get to this point.
I mean, you're not
Maybe.
wrong. You're not wrong. There is an accumulation of knowledge that I've built up over time, of course. But
even
if
just the fact that you're looking for the solution means you're going to find it, right?
right, exactly. And the sooner anybody starts is I'm gonna batch making content instead of I'm gonna make one piece.
Yes.
The sooner you'll get good at it.
Yep.
I like it.
So what else have you been doing this week, Steve? Get a bunch of new recordings done?
No, I've just been pissing around. I've been doing a lot of writing. So I'm working on my hypnosis for rodeo.
Good.
And the more I get, you just go down rabbit holes, right? So it's like mindset of a champion. Now give me 10 things wrapped around mindset of a champion for a team roper, for a barrel racer, for a bull rider. And then you just start peeling it all apart.
So you're using Chat GPT to help you out, to help you find these brainstorm these ideas?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I find it's really great at brainstorming type prompts.
yeah, because if I'm thinking of something, and like you say, it's when I'm doing it, I'm like, okay, so write me 3 paragraphs. I used to just start with write me a blog that covers this. Now it's like write me 3 paragraphs, make sure to include why hypnosis is a positive recommendation for sports figures in the sport of rodeo and how it will help them. Then it says, here's how it will help. Then you break that even further apart.
Don't forget, you got to tell it to include lots of perplexity and burstiness.
You're going to have to give me an example of that, because I did that and it didn't seem to work so well for me.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you running the content you generate from ChatGPT through AI detectors?
No.
Okay. So perplexity is basically the variance in your sentences. Like the concepts of your sentences, and burstiness is the length of your sentences. So
you ever read something that every sentence started with there, blah, 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 blah. There, blah, 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 blah. There, blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
And it's just one of those things. Eventually, like, so Google already claims it doesn't want you to put AI generated content on your sites. However, I know a lot of sites that are doing it and it works phenomenally well. So I don't think AI generated content on its own, like it needs you checking it. Because like you said, okay, gave you a bibliography or whatever, citations, and 3 of them were bunk.
Yep.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
so
citations are garbage. Don't.
so it
believe
has to be checked up on. But they soon they're not going to be able to detect the difference between human and AI written stuff unless the AI is specifically injecting stuff to be detected, which is possible. Wow, Casey. Okay, I guess we're hot. I thought it was cold there.
Well, they might, because they're talking about
Cashmere, the heat just turned on.
Easy,
Moving on to the
cowboy.
OnlyFans portion of the evening.
Easy,
How do
cowboy.
I do that? Seriously, like I need some fucking cash, and I've got 57-year-old feet with a dancer.
Yeah, well,
You don't want.
I don't know. Barker started an OnlyFans, so maybe he can give you a tutorial on that.
He got shut down very quickly, though.
Yeah, they banned hypnosis shortly after he started doing a training on there.
Really?
Yeah, hypnosis was banned before other stuff was banned. Let's put it that way.
Wow.
Wait a second now.
No, it's absolute
You can
fact.
bang on camera, but you can't do hypnosis. That's funny.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because it's a credit card processing thing. Credit card processors don't like hypnosis.
And blah blah blah.
And it's because there's a lot of fraud around hypnosis. When credit card processors let you use their merchant accounts to sell hypnosis services of any kind, they have a higher than normal chargeback ratio, so they don't like to do it. Simple as that.
So what do you call yourself, coach?
Yeah, you could. Sure. You call yourself a coach. You call yourself, if you're doing it. So if we're specifically talking about like OnlyFans and other sites such as that have banned it, there's all kinds of different things you can do. Mesmerism, mind stuff. You can
But it
call it
doesn't have
different
anything
kinds
to
of
do with
stuff.
legit hypnotists, like in a clinical setting.
Yes, it does.
No, sometimes you'll get shut down for legit hypnosis if you've got too many chargebacks, but that's more on an individual basis.
And they link you up with psychics and all that. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Charlatans.
Yeah. I can tell Colin has thoughts on this.
I'm gonna have to bounce actually.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, sorry. Okay,
No
guys.
problem, man. We'll see you next week. You have a good
Take
one.
care, Colin.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Colin.
Speaking of OnlyFans, I see you got a doorway there, Lisa. There's a new TikTok trend behind the doorway. Yeah.
This is the bathroom, and this is actually the closet.
Man, it's almost like you're in a Japanese hotel room with how compacted it seems.
No, that's the rest of the room is very, king size bed, desk,
Oh, it even came with a guy in there working at the desk. That's cool.
TV. Yeah. Got a guy working here.
What are you making?
Hummer with lettuce.
No, it's Napa cabbage. It's a refrigerator stew kind of a thing.
Refrigerator stew.
It's what I have. It's like chopped kitchen. What you got? You gotta make something with it.
Gotcha.
So there's sausage, chicken sausage, and chicken. Napa cabbage, broccoli, and some leftover vegetables from yesterday.
Sounds like keto crack slaw.
It's keto crackers. It's like a keto, I don't know. It was just like I needed food. I'm hungry. I had all this food. I had to take it with me. And because I wasn't gonna be home for like 2 weeks. So is it any good? I don't know yet.
Yeah, you never do, but you'll eat it anyway, right? You gotta do.
I've got pretty good taste profiles in my head, I generally don't make icky food. Occasionally something doesn't work out, but generally I'm pretty good. So yeah. But Alan is my taste tester, so.
So my curiosity just won't let me continue to not ask, Casey. What are you sewing?
I'm making a mala.
A what?
I don't know what that is.
Mala
Oh,
beads?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it will go like this, and then there will be something at the end.
Awesome.
I take I find necklaces at whatever thrift stores and I put a big hook on them, and then when I go to conventions I hook my badge on it. So if we're doing pictures, I can just throw my badge over the back and I have a necklace on.
Whenever I'm at a
Nice.
convention, I put my badge on the door, on the hotel room door, because I forget it every fucking time if I don't.
Yeah, they tell me, we know you, but you still need your badge.
Right.
Yeah.
So Joe Kidd, what are you up to?
Here, you guys can see the
That
finished
that day job.
Great.
Yeah, just working. I got
Looks good, Lisa. Oh my
What'd you cook
God.
it in?
Instant Pot. Cool.
What were you saying, Joe?
Sorry.
I was just working, dealing with normal hospital everyday thing.
No shows lately or anything like that?
No, I have two coming up in April. I have starting April 15th. I have a show for 4 weeks in a row.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of y'all missed out on that earlier in the conversation.
Yeah.
So where are your shows? What's going on?
They're after proms. They're
Okay, good.
They're actually all in Iowa. So they'll be fun.
Yeah.
They'll be fun.
Do you use the same skit or do you change it up each time just to kind of experiment a little bit?
For kids.
So I use the same and then I'll change one or two out because I'm still like trying to find my best. So for the most part I use the same and then I'll change a few out each show just to
Did you book these yourself or through the agency?
do the agency.
You say you do your best. What does that look like?
I said I'm trying to find my best.
Which skits are the best?
He's trying to figure out which ones work the best for him, and
yeah, and if I think I come up with something that's unique and then I find out it's not unique, I usually try to change it up too.
there's nothing new under the sun in Hypno Hustle.
I know.
Come on. But put your own spin on it. Yes.
Yeah.
Make it your own, because otherwise you just, you sound like a bad teleprompting situation.
Yeah.
Well, I hope they're paying you more this year than last year.
A little bit.
Good.
Good.
Video everything. Video everything.
Yep, that's the whole purpose. See, she wasn't here earlier. She doesn't understand.
Yeah. So a college agent asked me to update my demo because my demo now has shots from when I did a bowling alley, and she said colleges don't like those on there for some reason. So she said just record everything for these 4 shows and make a new reel. So I'm going to pull out the good cameras and not the easy cameras and get good footage.
Yeah, it's the same thing. If you're marketing to corporate, you don't want to show them high school shows.
Right.
High schools and college kids, though, are close enough in age that you can kind of get with that. Just know that apparently this was the jalapeno sausage. No, I wasn't prepared.
So now we have figured out that jalapenos works even faster than tequila to bring out that southern accent, because you most certainly did not say jalapeno in a non-regional dialect.
No, I don't say that in a non-regional dialect. Just know if colleges is your market, You have to be extremely PC, gender
Yeah.
neutral,
Living-
super conservative. Yeah, that's my advice.
Well, fuck that.
I can't do that.
Sorry, hot Mike.
I can do that. I deal enough with
Yeah, you're in the
Your
public.
day job.
yeah, and with my day job, and then having been in the military and dealing with colonels and
Yeah.
and generals and stuff all the time, and
You're also out of college dealing with the them generation.
that's true.
Yeah.
So you have to be extremely gender neutral and very, very respectful of all of that.
My goodness, a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, but they're easy to overcome.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to take off because I'm going to fall asleep. I'm definitely tired. So
No, you're not going to fall asleep. You're going to gently drift into trance.
yes.
And then we're going to play with you.
Not again. Oh,
Again, you didn't like it the first time.
yeah, yes, I did. Oh.
Well,
have
all
a good
right.
night.
We'll see you. We'll see you next time, Bob.
Absolutely. Take,
All right.
take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So
That's all.
why were you late today, Lisa? Was it because you were doing fair? It looked like
Yes.
y'all were at a fair. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at a fair. 3 shows a day.
Whoa.
Yeah. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So
Do
Are
you
you
make-
doing your boot? Oh, you're
Do
not.
you
doing your
make
boot
all
camp?
of them walk like an Egyptian?
no, we do cut bits here and there. But no, my favorite part of that clip that I shared on the hustle group was I'm a little teapot, short and stout, and the guy
Yeah.
sat down.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hysterical. And Alan's like, "That's a sugar bowl." And I was like, "No, he was a short and stout teapot."
Yeah.
But they were so
So-
good, so I had to get my phone out and get some.
So this is what you need to do. You need to take that clip. You can break it up into probably at least 3 different shorts. And like when you do the I'm a little teapot, go to Pixabay and get you a teapot icon or a teapot gif or whatever, is a little teapot that you can pop up there. I'm a little teapot, and put you some icons on there or some little clip arts or something whenever you're saying stuff to accent it and everything, maybe even some sound effects, and then put it up on YouTube or wherever. TikTok.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did film quite a bit from that show. Alan's friend actually made, how many millions of views did he get on his teapot? So it's an old YouTube clip. It's
Yeah.
a cartoon, and he says, "I'm a little teapot," and then he goes, "No, wait, I'm a sugar bowl." And so,
Okay.
but that was like his claim to fame. Like he said, he made like a lot of money off that little video.
You can, you never know what's going to go viral. You just got to take as many at bats as you can manage, and you'll get better. You'll learn how to do more little things with the video each time you make another one. Just try to make the next video a little more engaging than the last one. More cuts, more, all those things. Well,
Yeah, I have to work on that. That's
Yeah.
fun.
you would think you could overdo cuts, but it seems that on YouTube you almost can't overdo cuts.
No, they
You
say
look at
now it's like every second.
yeah, that's the going thing. It's every second for shorts, and even for the beginning of long form content. Sometimes it's every second is a good metric to be doing your cuts, and that sounds crazy, but it's that seems to be what works well. So
Mhm.
It sounds excessive.
it does, but when you're competing with the short attention span and everything, and people who are trained to okay, so we're trained by these apps to seek a dopamine release.
Insane, instantly.
Now we can seek the dopamine release by swiping to the next video, but if your video is giving us a dopamine release, then we'll stay on your video longer. So that's where things like an image popping on screen or zooming into screen and a sound effect causes a dopamine spike, because what happens is our brains have an orienting reflex to new things. It's called a threat detection reflex. So we check, okay, is it a threat? It's not a threat, dopamine.
Right.
Right. And so the more times we can trigger that, the longer they stay on our videos. So when you're making videos for YouTube, TikTok, et cetera, you want to think about triggering the limbic system. You want to make the videos for the lizard brain, not for the human brain. And it seems ridiculous, but it's what really works. And, you know, it must be a good idea, because have you ever been 4 minutes into a Michael Bay movie without an explosion? No, you haven't. I promise you haven't. You probably haven't been 2 minutes into one.
I have no idea who that is. I feel
Transformers. What's another one, Joe? You probably know better than me. The Transform, almost the whole Transformers franchise.
Yeah, that one's the one that popped in my head. But
yeah, if you're watching a movie and stuff is blowing up consistently, you're probably watching a Michael Bay movie.
Did he do what's that movie with Will Smith and Bad Boys?
I don't know.
I think he did. But I'm pretty sure that one starts off with a bang as well.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're 2 minutes into a Michael Bay movie and something hasn't exploded, something's wrong.
Armageddon. He did Armageddon.
Okay, so here's just a quick list. Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, the TV series, Ambulance, The Forever Purge, Songbird, A Quiet Place 2, The Purge, Six Underground, Bumblebee, The Last Ship, The First Purge, The Quiet Place. Like, these are all, like, everything blows up all the time in all these movies. Yeah.
Cool.
It's kind of what he's known for.
Me too.
Blowing stuff up.
Imploding mostly.
Well,
yeah, it was like blowing
happens.
up our own lives doesn't count.
Oh, never mind then.
Somebody took my glasses today offset, so that was interesting.
Oh,
Did you get them back?
No, they're gone.
Somebody, like, they just took off with them, huh?
They were sitting on the soundboard, and when I went back to get them, they were gone. So
were they readers? I hope.
Yeah, they were just Costco readers. So
okay.
I was like, okay. Because yeah, sometimes people think they left something and they go back to get it, and you know, I'm like, okay, they thought they left their glasses.
Or they were just cleaning up and happened to get caught up in the
cleaning
shuffle.
up nothing at my soundboard.
No, they housed them.
Yeah, whatever. I was like, oh well, means I'm not reading anything for the next hour. I brought a book today on set. Couldn't read it. But yeah, no, it's been good here. The weather, it's very nice in the day, but in the night it gets freaking cold. So we're not 5 o'clock's our last show. So we're like, nope.
Good.
And we have the whole shebang here, the car, all of it.
That's good.
Yeah. So what else did I miss since I was so late?
Not 100% sure what else you missed, but there'll be a video, so you can always check it out. We didn't have to close anything out, so.
Well, it's because I wasn't.
We didn't have to protect anybody's identity this time.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
And Colin was quite adamant about leave the recording going for this. I'm going to drop names. So
Ooh, okay, I'll have to watch the recording.
yeah.
Oh, we watched the Freddie Jackman.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh,
I
Anthony.
think you came in for the tail end of that one.
Was that Anthony Jackman on
Yeah.
the esports thing?
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. I don't know.
It
That
was
was-
a very old video.
I thought
I
it
was
was
like,
a
that
black
must
kid.
be old because Anthony does not look like that right now.
No, he's white now.
Yeah.
Racist.
What?
Sunblock. Sunblock.
Yeah, that's it.
See, Sean, you just need to wear sunblock.
This is the lightest you'll ever see me.
Yeah.
If I actually do decide to tan, I can get pretty dark.
Yep. You got those melanin genes.
Yeah, I will certainly be ripening up a few shades over the next month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah, because you don't want to get caught in Vegas all pasty.
Well, and it has nothing to do with it. I'm just going to be out in the sun. So yeah, it's that time of year. I'm going to be out in the sun multiple hours a day. So
Oh yeah. You need a canopy.
nah, can't do a canopy. But yeah, it's too windy here to do a canopy. The wind was blowing 30 miles an hour today. So
Wow.
You're killing me, Scott.
what?
Talking about all that wind down there. You're killing me. It's hard to
Why?
be quiet.
It's just wind. Wind is good. I love wind. Yeah, James, you tell him, shh, come here, come here. Oh, geez, James, you're gonna get my movie. I mean, you're gonna get my video demonetized.
I
The heck,
that's fine.
James?
I didn't realize my camera's on. Sorry.
you good now?
You just got underoos. Come on.
Man,
now.
come on, man. Like, why are you kidding? I got some good, like, Superman underoos. You know?
Exactly.
Man,
Exactly.
Well,
Sorry. I
guess
thought I
there
had
will
my
be-
camera
I
on.
guess there will be some editing.
nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, I did get good news today. One of my friends that I worked with in hypnosis for weight loss, she just got a new all-time low. She's 62 pounds down.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Speaking of good news, that is something you did miss. I'm gonna have a 2-hour talk at Hypno Thoughts. Somebody
Oh,
dropped
good.
out and they bumped me up. So
Oh, good, because you were
Awesome.
concerned about not having enough time to get through your
I
material.
was. So I don't have to change it up this now. I can just do what I was planning on, have enough time for it.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent. I guess I should write my talk pretty soon, huh?
yeah, or have GPT do it, it's good.
You know, I asked it to give me an outline and I didn't agree with their outline. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the downside
But
of it.
that's
Sometimes
positive
it's wrong.
too, because it makes you, but it also, it just galvanizes your idea, right? Because you go, yeah, that's wrong. This is what I need.
yeah. I've argued with ChatGPT a few times. I was like, that's not right.
We call that the spousal effect. So you just say, Chat GPT, how should I do it? And then you do the opposite.
I mean, maybe. So James, I'm gonna be coming out with a course like the second half of the year about communications and relationships. You might look into it.
So you're going to take his course on how to make a course? Is that what you're saying?
I might, but no, I'll have that put together probably before Hypno Thoughts. So
Your
That's-
relationships course?
yeah, that's the plan, or rather, it's communication within relationships. Yeah, because what does everybody always say? The secret to a great relationship is communication, but nobody ever teaches people how to actually communicate. Like, people don't know how to communicate. Just like Bob was saying earlier about, people aren't interested. They don't really ask interesting questions to get to know people. Like, generally, the general population has no idea how to communicate well. And hypnosis is essentially a system of good communication.
Yeah.
You know, so
More
it
than
really-
that, they're
it really
replaying the
applies.
same 10 conversations over and over again. Right? Oh, the weather, but they're having the same conversation with different people over and over again.
Yeah.
No, that's what
Absolutely.
happens when you're a bank teller. You have the same conversation over and over 200 times a day.
Well, so do I. So
But I have to bounce, y'all. I gotta go tuck the kiddo into bed.
all right. We'll see you next week. I figure we're probably wrapping
Okay.
up pretty soon anyway. So hopefully you won't miss much, but there'll be a recording I hear. So
I heard that. I heard about it.
so what have you been doing recently, Lisa? I know you were working on a tarot book.
Yes.
Has that been progressing some more?
Yeah. Well, I have 94 pages. I've
Oh.
edited to page 14. And then I'm debating on making it splitting it into like a manual for instruction and then a book for
Now that is you have edited it to page 14?
yeah. But
Okay.
which is, self-editing is not the best
No,
choice.
and that's fine.
It's the first choice though. I'm trying to, just put my words into it and simplify some things and
Have you taken Non-Guard's course?
no.
I would highly recommend. He really lays out good
Yeah.
structure for a book so that you can,
Makes it easy.
yeah, makes it easier anyways. I don't know that I would say it makes it easy, but it makes it easier for sure.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
paste your copy into Chat GPT and get it to correct the grammar.
Yeah, GPT wrote most of it, so
Yeah.
Well, it can still be incorrect.
yeah, just take what it gives you and be like, yeah, can you write this better? And it'll give you a better version.
I need to roll it through syllabi. That's what I need to roll it through. Not through chat. Yeah, chat gave me wrong answers. That's why, you have to be careful when you're using chat because you have to make sure it's a topic you know something about. And like Steve discovered, the sources it gives you are wrong. It lies. And it tells you in the beginning. I might lie.
Yeah,
I asked it about, explain to me about this card, and it described a completely different card. And I was like, no, that is wrong. So
Yeah.
you can when it gives you a bad answer, you can thumbs down it and tell
Yeah,
it.
not only can you, but
You should.
please do because
Should.
it helps. It improves it for everybody.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
also,
that
if you find
thumbs
that
up
you're
and
getting,
thumbs down actually does stuff for ChatGPT.
and if you're not a pro user or a premium user, whatever it is, you can get locked out. If you're using the thumbs up, thumbs down, it lessens your locked out time.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's what they sent me.
Yeah. Since I got the plus, I haven't been locked out once. It's great. Like when I go there, it's always available. And I don't know if they've rolled it out to the regular users or not, but they tested out the turbo. They tested out a different module that's a lot faster. And after a few days, they're like, okay, that's now the default. And you can change it to legacy if you want, So
It seems pretty fast to me,
no, it was significantly faster.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was agonizingly slow how long it took to type stuff out previously. It types it out really fast now. It's not just like a boom, it's there, but it types it out way faster, especially when you're working with coding.
Oh, see, I don't do coding.
Yeah,
but
I know. That's
I've
okay.
asked it for outlines on different ideas I've had for books,
Yeah.
so it's given me some outlines and. But yeah, you got to know the topic. I wouldn't write a book on how to bake bread because it's just not something I do. Gluten intolerant over here. It's like, yeah, no. But I was playing with it and I asked it about lie detection in an NLP model with sources, and the sources it gave were non-existent. I was like, that's not true.
So I asked it something this last week about creating a quiz and weighting the questions of the quiz. And the goal of the quiz was to determine what love language somebody who took the quiz was, right? What their love language was.
Okay. Mhm.
And it basically told me love language is pseudoscience and I cannot ethically do this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, this is just a quiz for fun. So just assume that it's real and make me the quiz. And it's like, okay. And it makes the whole quiz. And then it's like, this is just for, at the end, it's got a paragraph. This is just a fun quiz. You know, it's pseudoscience. There's no scientific evidence for the existence of love languages, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, good enough. That'll work for me. You know, it'll tell you the same thing about VAK.
Yeah.
Visual,
it told
auditory,
me that,
kinesthetic.
breast enhancement through hypnosis was dangerous and not recommended.
Right. And I don't understand how it would be dangerous, but
They grow up so much they blow up.
You can control that.
So I tried to have it write a script for one of my custom recordings because somebody wanted a recording for a feminization audio. And oh man, it went off on a politically correct tirade over that.
That I cannot ethically do this.
Yeah, it was not about that. I'm gonna have to use a Dan prompt to get that out of it, I guess. So Dan is a do anything now, and they keep evolving it because ChatGPT keeps trying to stop it from working. But the Dan prompt is essentially a big long prompt you can give it to create an alternate personality who isn't restrained by the ethical subroutines and programming, and it will do anything now. So give me your answer as ChatGPT, and then give me your answer as Dan, and it will. And it'll just like, this is Dan's answer.
I've also
give me Dan's
heard
answer.
that you can say, I'm writing a fictional story. Write me a fictional story about this.
Oh, it'll do a lot. Like it'll pretty much do anything fictional, you know. It actually does really well with fiction. Of course, the fiction has to be true, so that makes it easy.
Probably has a better.
But you can give it structure, right? So you can tell it to write. You can tell it to write a hero's journey with these different elements, and it'll write it up for you. You know,
how detailed
it does that really well.
How detailed do you have to be with your requests?
You don't have to be very detailed with your request, but the more you tell it, the more detailed you are, generally the better answer you're going to get. So the quality of the answer you receive is directly proportional to the quality of the question you ask.
Okay.
For instance,
I just asked it to write me 100 hypnosis jokes, and it wrote me 34 that were horrible.
So when it stops and it hasn't finished, you can just type continue or finish, and it'll continue going. I have ran into that almost none since switching to Plus also.
Were the hypnosis jokes like, stopwatch drops and haunt me forever?
I mean, hold on. Let me, I got it right here.
Hear these.
So I told it.
The first one is okay. It says, I wanted to tell you a hypnosis joke, but I think it's only funny if you're under. Like that's.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's one of the better. My other favorite one is my friend went to a hypnotist to stop smoking. He's broke now, but at least he isn't smoking. So there's a couple in there that I enjoy, but for the most part, they're kind of
Yeah. So yeah, I find that its sense of humor is definitely kind of English and dad. So
okay.
You have to treat ChatGPT humor like Mr. Data.
Yeah, kind of.
That's exactly what it is. Yep.
See, that is exactly what it is.
Yep.
So here's an example, right? I asked it to write me a script for a hypnosis show, a comedy stage hypnosis show. And well, let's just say that what it put out was definitely some of the best humor it's created. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. However, and I can go and find my prompt.
Hysterical.
Oh, it was just like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny to a hypnotist. It was probably the best hypno joke it's written.
Right, absolutely.
I read it to Alan while we were driving, and he was just laughing. He's like, "That's hysterical." Wouldn't work, but it was hysterical.
So this is the prompt that I give it now to do this, and I'm actually going to pause the recording for this. So that was a super secret sauce. You should have been here live. So I've also started doing this with ChatGPT. Whenever I refine, because sometimes you'll ask it to do something and it does it, and you're like, okay, that was a crappy prompt. I should have been more specific, clearly. So you'll refine it a little bit, refine it a little bit, refine it a little bit, and finally you'll get the results you're looking for. Well, if you're going to repeat this in the future, I've started asking it, I've started being like, that's exactly what I wanted. Can you give me a condensed prompt that will cause you to do this again in the future? And then it spits me out a condensed prompt, and I copy that and save it in my prompt file.
Wow.
So
You're still smart.
But yeah, it's definitely increased my productivity, but it can also be distracting because it's fun to play with.
Mhm.
You know, it's fun to find out what you can get out of it.
I've never used it until just a few minutes ago, so that's why I was asking about how detailed you need to be.
Well, and so that was a good example of when you're not very detailed, you might not get what you're looking for.
So you might
And
ask it, I'm a stand-up comic going to a hypnosis convention. Write me 10 hypnosis jokes.
right, something like that, or you might, so you understand comedy, you've actually studied comedy some, right? So in your prompt, give it those instructions that you've gotten from your training in comedy. So give me 10 hypnosis jokes that use a play on words for the laugh, right? Or give me 10 hypnosis jokes that use some other thing that you probably know better than I do what to ask, because I haven't studied comedy. I'm just funny. But yeah, but you understand the structure of jokes. So maybe put that into your prompt so that what it gives you back is appropriate. So when back in December before Christmas, I know that I had all the kids in the living room and we were playing with it, and they're like, "Oh, have it tell us a joke." And then my daughter was like, "Have it tell us a dad joke." So I was like, "All right." So tell us a dad joke, right? So it told us a dad joke, and it was definitely a dad joke. I cannot recall what it was at this particular moment, but it definitely qualified as a dad joke. And then I was like, "Okay, tell us another dad joke." And it told us the exact same joke. And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Well, tell us a different dad joke," because another didn't work. So I thought, tell us a different dad joke. It told us the exact same joke, right? At this point, it's now telling us a meta dad joke about dad jokes. Dads don't have a lot of jokes in their repertoire, right? Which is a meta dad joke, and it doesn't even know it's doing this, I don't think. But so we tried like 12 different prompts, and it told us the exact same joke over and over again, at which point everybody in the room is just dying laughing because the meta joke is so funny. And it's like, no, this definitely, like, how many times, tell me if you've heard this one before. Like, that was the only thing it was missing. Tell me if you've heard this one before.
Do you remember the joke?
Which one? I don't remember what the joke was.
How do you not remember it?
The laughter erased it, I guess. I think we did finally get a prompt that would give us a different joke. And then we tried that again, and it gave us the first joke another time. So, but yeah, it was hilarious. But no, I don't remember it because I can't look back and look at it in my ChatGPT. I don't know if there's like a limit to how many they save for you.
Yeah, and sometimes if it has a little sneeze, it won't show you old stuff.
Yeah.
Because some of my stuff's not there, but some stuff that was before that is there.
Yeah, so I tend to save what it tells me and pull it out.
I do now.
Yeah, because it does tend to lose some stuff. Yeah, it was before that, so it wouldn't be there. But hell, you know what? Let's see if we can find it.
Just ask it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh my God, that's it. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make everything up. Or because they make up everything.
Because they make up everything. Yeah.
That's the one I tapped in, tell me a dad joke, and that's the one it gave me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Funny.
Yeah. So you know, I mean, your mileage may vary. Fortunately, nobody here is like in dire need of new dad jokes.
Yeah.
No.
So I asked it to tell me a different one, and it said, "Why did the tomato turn red?" Because it saw the salad dressing.
Oh. Oh my God.
That is definitely a dad joke. You know?
Definitely.
That's definitely a dad joke. But yeah, so it really depends on the prompt you give it. I think you could get some really good jokes out of it if you did, like I said, and told it the format of the joke you wanted and like explained the kind of humor you were aiming for, you know, like a play on words or an awkward situation or what have you. So Colin, I know Colin has done a lot more with it with jokes and comedy, so he can give you some better pointers.
Okay.
But yeah, so I also used it, one of our videos where we had watched another video on YouTube. It got a copyright strike when I put it on the channel, right? So I told ChatGPT what we had done, what had happened, and that it got a copyright strike. And then I asked it to write me a dispute letter for the copyright strike. And it did, and I submitted it, and 36 hours later it was gone. So like that worked, you know, and other people have used it for other legal type documents, but it's not a lawyer and neither am I. So consult your local lawyer.
So don't tell it to do your taxes creatively.
I would definitely not tell it to do my taxes.
Because the tax code's changed since.
But you might ask it. So you probably would not get a good response if you asked it how you could, what was a good way to evade taxes. However, if you asked it, what would be a great way to structure my business so that I have the minimum tax liability, it would probably tell you. And it might be good advice. It might not. Like I said, it's not a lawyer. But it, you know, how many articles are there about that? There's lots. Huh?
Tax codes change every year.
Yeah, they do. They do.
And it's offline.
But the basic advice for business structure has been the same for 50 years. You know, the more structured your business is, the less taxes you will pay. And that's the basic advice. But yeah, so you know, it's a great tool. It's a great tool as far as I'm concerned. And honestly, it's in its infancy, and I can't even imagine a tool that's this good in its infancy, what it's going to be like when it's fully developed. I was actually reading a white paper on how it was developed and what it takes to train a large language model, and the amount of computing power that went into making this thing is absolutely insane. You're talking about like hundreds of thousands of computer cores working to process all of this and get it trained. And then it takes a ton of computing power to run it too. You know, and the fact that I can pay $20 a month and have unlimited access to it just almost blows my mind. You know, because it's just that incredible of a tool.
So what,
$20 a month
for the plus? Yeah, you can use it for free also, but the plus means that you don't get timeouts and you don't get not available right nows and all that. So, and you get access to you get priority access to new features, which basically means you're paying to be a beta tester, but that's a whole different story. What were you going to ask, Joe?
Exactly what you just answered. Like
Okay.
what you get from Plus.
Yeah. That's basically what you get from it is no timeouts, no not available right now. So and for me, that's been great because there were so many times I went to it and it wasn't available. And then, you end up doing what needs to be done yourself, and then it's available. Well, then it didn't really save you anything. But for $20, that's what, 66 cents a day. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, it's definitely worth 66 cents a day for me. And in order to get on the Plus right now, I think you have to find the survey for the wait list and then fill it out, and then you get on the wait list, and then I think you pretty quickly get access to it gets offered to you. That may not be how it's being done anymore. You may just be able to upgrade to Plus if you just sign in. I don't know. Lisa, are you on Plus?
No, I
Are
haven't
you,
seen
Steve?
I am, and I went to the homepage of ChatGPT, like you're gonna log in, and there was a drop down or something, and then and it said for wait list, and it was literally as soon as I hit the wait list, it popped up and said, okay, you can sign up.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, I just did it on my phone and you can't see it, but this right there, that
Upgrade. Yeah. So
It
you can
says- it
upgrade
says
right away.
Oh yeah, I
upgrade.
didn't see that button.
Yeah.
So
I'm not using it every day, so not yet.
yeah,
I can't
obviously
get
we
off
could-
of it. I'm stuck on it.
You can't get off of it.
It's like
That's my
remember
word.
when the internet came out and we were like,
The modem.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you, this is so much better than the excitement I had with You've Got Mail. You remember when that would happen? You were
AOL.
going, You've Got Mail, and you were like, awesome, I've got mail. And now I'm sitting here with 15,000 emails that are unread in my inbox. And what do you get excited about? Getting an actual letter in the actual mail. It's crazy how things come full circle.
I didn't sign into my email for like 5 years. There's so much unread mail in there.
At this
I
point, just
pick a
delete it.
topic. Yeah, I pick a topic and like, when my kids were little, I sent it for Toys R Us. So I typed in toys and everything that came up, delete.
Yeah.
Select
rule.
all, delete. Select all, delete.
So what mail service is it on?
Yahoo.
Yahoo? Trying to remember what you got to do for Yahoo. So I
Make
think,
a rule, no?
huh?
Don't you have to
I
make
mean,
a rule?
yeah, sure. You can make a rule, but you probably need to unsubscribe to a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so most emails now you can unsubscribe, like they'll have a button there to unsubscribe, right? But a way to find all of your subscriptions is to search for unsubscribe. And then everything that's got an unsubscribe in it, you can go into and unsubscribe to all those.
That's a good search option.
Yeah. Not as valuable as ChatGPT, but still it's what it is.
Oh, that's good. Because I mean, there's some old things in there from old like meetup groups and stuff that I was in that I want to keep those threads, but so I don't want to just blanket delete everything.
Yeah, you better keep them because you're not gonna get them no more. Yahoo Groups is gone long ago.
Yeah. So
And there were some
Sleepwalkers-
good hypnosis groups on there.
The Sleepwalkers were in there.
Yeah.
Brian David Phillips,
Yep.
Existential Trance.
They all had some good stuff in there.
Yep. So I'm not trying to delete all that, but I don't need Toys R Us anymore.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Well, I mean, you're due for grandkids anytime now, right?
Wait, Toys R Us is all gone.
No, they're not all gone. They're still Toy R Us. They're in Macy's.
Inside Macy's at Christmas time.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, I got a new grand dog tour while I was in Florida. So.
A new grand what?
Dog tour.
Dog tour. Okay. Yeah.
She's 2 pounds.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's tiny even for a dog.
Yeah. Well, she's a Chihuahua mix. We're not sure what she's mixed with. Because daddy was a Rolling Stone. But yeah, she's very cute. And she'll be 4 pounds by the time I see her again. So
Yeah, you know,
yeah, so I have 2 grand doctors now.
Adorable.
okay. I don't even think that should be a word, but you know, you rock it. You know?
Yeah, I didn't make it up. Someone else did.
Yeah, that's
There are words I have made up, and that is not one of them.
yeah. So part of the Alex William Smith thing was there is no such thing as hypnosis. I'm gonna take a stance right now and say there is no such thing as doctor. Yeah, no, that doesn't exist. I'm taking a stand. There is no such thing as grand doctor. Yeah, so that's
Put that
just
on TikTok and see what they say.
We're not invited to any of her birthday parties.
what he say.
You're not invited to their birthday party.
So there.
Is this that contrary marketing? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
that's like contrary marketing, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Alex is definitely bought into the theory of contrary marketing, I think. But at the same time, he was talking about a deal with James Tripp. James Tripp is certainly bought into the same marketing philosophy. So
Yeah, they're all Alan's having a little FOMO because they're all at the Blackpool Magic convention.
yeah.
And it's one we haven't done, but there's no work for us right now in England, so why would we go there?
Well, get some work in England. Make some up. Yeah, I mean, this hypnosis thing is all made up, I hear. So just make something up and go do it.
The city councils when you have to get a license to
See,
promote.
you have to get a license to do hypnosis, but do you have to get a license to do mesmerism?
No.
Comedy stage mesmerism, you know?
Mesmerism. Yeah. You no, you don't need a license to do a demonstration.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
You need
Just
one
to
for
do a show.
show. Yeah.
Demonstration, you're good. Show, no. Got it.
That
Got it.
in England.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And they have their own safety rules, which some of them make a lot of sense. And it's like you need to point out the edge of the stage if you're on a raised platform. And they have, tape around the edge of the stage. It's either white or yellow. And you say to the people, this is the edge of the stage. If you step off of it, you fall.
Yeah.
And the show stops for you. So yeah.
That's good. That's fair enough.
You're not allowed to. Oh, very pretty.
And I have to put something on the end.
Very pretty. You're not allowed to hypnotize under 18, under the age of 18. You are not allowed to do any type of age regression. So you can't say you're 5-year-olds.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. Not in England.
Not on stage.
Not on stage.
So can you say you're a child?
No, that's age regression.
Can you say you think like a child?
You could act like.
Okay.
Pretend like.
All right. Act like you're 5 years old and watching Bambi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Bambi. Bambi versus the semi.
God, that I know you didn't like that skit. I know Victoria didn't like that skit. That skit had me in stitches. Oh, like that when he killed Bambi again, or Bambi's mom again. Oh my God.
You're wrong.
Huh?
You're just wrong.
No, that was that was hilarious. I did not see that semi truck coming, just like Bambi's mom didn't.
Well, that's the thing. That's what makes it funny is that it's that you didn't see it coming. It was at Hypno Thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
I'm supposed to have the recording, but I can't find it anywhere, and I need to talk to Ari, I guess, to get it.
Oh, my Mac says she's sleepy. She's sleepy.
What, your computer? Oh, you need power. Plug us in. Plug us in.
Plug it in. Plug it in. I feel y'all were exposed to my singing sleepy Mac.
Hey, that's okay. At least you had more than your underwear on. So So we just still your singing is allowed on YouTube. I hope. Hope we don't get I hope we don't get a copyright violation for plug it in, plug it in.
Isn't that fall under like the 10-second, sampling?
So yeah, like that would
16
be
bars, I
fine.
thought.
And that's what I put it in on that letter. That's what they put it under, which was fair use, which is what I put in there, because but it put it all like eloquently and legal easily, and I'm pretty sure that's a word, legal easily. That sounds like a word. We'll just go with it.
No, I'll deny that one. That's worse than grand doctor.
But yeah, it did great on that. So,
Yeah, that's worse than grand doctor.
yeah, I don't disagree, but I do think it actually qualifies as a word. I don't know.
We did coin a word. We coined Esdalian.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Esdalian. I coined Esdalian. Yeah.
That is a word, isn't it?
It is now. I coined it Esdalian. Lisa is an Esdalian. You know what a somnambulist is? Someone who naturally goes to somnambulist. Lisa doesn't naturally go to somnambulist. She naturally goes to the Esdale state in a coma. So she's an Esdalian.
Got it.
So if you ever hypnotize me, don't you dare do the just come back whenever you're ready.
Unless you just want her to be out for a long time.
Yeah.
And you might even throw in, no matter how many times you hear somebody counting up, just stay right there where you're nice and comfortable.
Well, that you can reject any suggestion that you're not following along with. So,
Peacefully and what was it?
Yeah.
peaceful and relaxed and at peace.
Yeah.
Feeling
Relaxed and at peace. Steve, you're working on something really intensely over there. What is it?
I can't find some pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Are they lost? Are they on the old computer?
Are they in the pictures folder?
No,
With or without clothes?
Ew.
they're with clothes, Alan, but I'm open for anything.
Talk to me at Hypno Thoughts. So how did you lose your pictures? Are they promotional pictures?
Remember the other day we were messing around with OneDrive and everything, and it had that red X,
Yeah.
and I unsunk everything or unlinked it.
Yeah.
Well, when I unlinked it, I can't find what it was linked to.
Oh, well, go relink it.
Well, I just did. And
Oh, maybe that'll help. Sometimes I find when you get back in there for a second time, it's a better go around. You might find the pictures you're looking for.
Well, they were down in Fort Worth. I mean, we were doing the thing with Bob with the hand stuck, and I actually did one in what was the place in Fort Worth called? Redneck Heaven. It's kind of a bar restaurant type deal.
Okay.
And I hypnotized the staff in there, and I had some girl's hand stuck to my face, and the manager wanted them to memorize a menu. I was like, yeah, easy enough. We can do that. So I was like, we'll have some fun. And then I stuck people to walls, and I found one of the videos, and now I can't find the other one. I had one girl that was really good. I had some girl's boobs telling another girl jokes, and I was like, every time you look at her boobs, they're telling you the funniest jokes and and she ended up, I don't know, they were very close friends, but they were closer after it was done.
Chat GPT would probably find an ethical violation about that script.
It probably was borderline.
I don't know. That shows growth, doesn't it?
So you're saying I shouldn't do those routines in colleges?
No, probably not.
No.
You probably shouldn't even do those routines in the bar across the road from the college, because that would probably be a great way to not get invited back to the college. You should probably not even do those routines and put them online, because that would probably be a great way to not get invited to colleges.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my basic understanding then is that college hypnosis shows have gotten to the point where they might as well be church hypnosis shows. Except
Right.
gender doesn't exist.
Right.
We did a college show and it was good and it was fine. And they were fine and they were super nice. But we don't do a lot of college shows, and I have seen write-ups in college newsletters about hypnotists that were unfavorable, searching for something to be angry about.
Right. But it sounds like y'all don't do college hypnosis shows. However, y'all do
Hypnosis shows at
orthodox,
colleges.
huh?
But we'll do hypnosis shows at colleges.
Okay. But y'all do like orthodox Jewish hypnosis shows, right? And it seems like those are easier to abide by the cultural rules than the damn colleges are.
Well,
that's
Alan understands their rules.
Jews have a sense of humor. College girls don't.
there we go. There we go.
Don't.
But I don't think it's any different for hypnosis as it is for comedians, because they're getting bashed wherever they go now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The comedians have it worse, I think.
They might as well be telling dad jokes.
That were written by Chat GPT.
Oh, hang on now. Those have a gender.
Oh yeah, dad jokes have a gender. Non-birthing parental unit jokes.
Because I literally know somebody that is now the dad of the child that came out of their womb.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Then you only need to have one parent in the house, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they're already kind of there anyway.
They have one parent anyway, most of the time.
Good call, Case.
They actually have two now, but they have two dads, even though one has a womb.
To each their own, I suppose.
Hey, as long as they're happy, I don't care. Doesn't bother me.
There's
Doesn't
too
bother me
many
none.
people in those heads. I mean, it's just like there's multiple personalities going on there. So
I don't know that that's it. I don't.
Yeah,
think
I don't think that's it either. But fun, interesting times, as the Chinese proverb says, may you live in interesting times. How our society decides to navigate these issues over the next 10, 15 years will be interesting.
I've been noticing a slow trend of the pendulum swinging back the other way.
Me too.
Okay.
When I was a kid, the whole thing was civil rights. Most of y'all don't. Some of y'all know I did grow up in the deep South until I was 14. I taught like this, and when I went to kindergarten, I was the only one that looked like this in my class. I was definitely in a integrated school where they had busing these kids across town to go to the school that I went. And so all the white kids got pulled out of that school and homeschooled. Yeah. And I did actually find my kindergarten picture. I thought it was lost. I thought my class picture was lost to time.
Oh wow.
Hey, can you have your kindergarten picture tell Steve where his pictures have gone?
Mine's on paper, sorry. Maybe someone can tell Alan how to get the cloud took his pictures, and then when he tried to delete them, they deleted off his computer. And
See, I think that same person is on my computer right now.
yeah, definitely.
So you had them synced and you deleted them from one place, and that deletion was synced, so it deleted them the other place.
But we didn't even know. So
that's why you got to unsync them first.
Yeah, I think that mine is unsynced, but it's insane. And now he's got the pictures and he can't get them back into his album.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. So when you figure it out, just pop him up and let him know.
Oh, you found the pictures, Steve?
Oh no, I did.
Okay.
I can't find them to get them back into the folder where they belong.
We found the pictures. We can't get them into the folders.
Are they not just in your OneDrive?
into my phone.
Yeah. I think they're in the one that, I don't know, Google. We have Apple and we have Google now. So the pictures are on the computer. And when he sends them to his phone, they go to who knows where.
I think my issue is that they're PDFs.
Yeah.
And they're not JPEGs.
Perhaps.
Don't know. He can go to the Apple bar and talk to the genius.
Yeah, the genius.
I'll try changing it into a JPEG and see what happens.
I have a program that can do that in mass for you if you need it.
I think I can do it with Photoshop.
Huh?
I think I can do it with Photoshop.
Yeah, but can you do it to 1,000 pictures at a time with Photoshop?
I don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
Well, I don't know how many you have.
You can do a batch render.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you can do a batch render in Photoshop.
Lisa totally just repeated you. She didn't comprehend what she said.
No, I was just passing it on.
Yeah.
I don't know if
she-
it's what
It's a
it's still
telephone
called,
game.
but that's what it was called when I did it before.
Yeah.
So because so some cameras, if you shoot raw, it actually takes a picture every frame.
Yeah.
So they're in there as photo files, and then you have to batch render it as a video.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I know that.
Yep. That's how you get them really high quality videos.
Man, it's unbelievable. And it takes up an unbelievable amount of space.
It does. It
Yeah,
does
so
indeed.
when you have those videos that you want to then put online to sell, you are not going to put those ones. You're going to render them, squish them.
Yeah.
Squishy, compressed.
Yeah, you're basically not even gonna edit that video. You're gonna have to use proxies just to edit it because it's so big.
Yep.
Yeah, or you have a computer you need to give to me because I would really like it.
Well, my wife, so I just bought my wife a new computer for her birthday, and I got her one of the MacBook Pros.
Yeah.
And they have the M2 chip and all that. It's ridiculously fast. I'm still using a computer from 2009, and I'm watching her do stuff on hers, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm so jealous.
So do you have a computer or do you have a laptop?
Laptop.
Does your laptop have an SSD?
It has an SSD and a regular.
Okay.
hard drive.
Yeah. Well, then you're not going to get much more performance out of it than you are probably if you've already got an SSD in it.
Yes,
oh man,
I
but that an SSD brought several laptops back to life for me back around the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah. So
Yeah, comparing it to her, mine won't handle 4K footage at all. Hers handles it like she's playing 720 on mine.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
yeah, it's amazing how, because the way they do the
Sleep
RAM
well
and everything. At least she had her pajama bottoms on, right?
Right.
Honey, they want you to take your bottoms off. Get that pretty cage out.
She's not gonna let you come play with us anymore.
Well, at least he doesn't treat her like his wife on you.
I think Steve might be the only person that spends more time at his computer now than I do. Except for Sean. Sean spends a lot of time at computer, but it's not really his computer. He spends a lot of time at work computer, so I don't know if that counts, but
I can multitask.
Yeah. Now I know that Steve has definitely been putting in the hours in that chair.
I probably spend the most time on the road.
Yeah, probably. Definitely more time than I spend on the road.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna drive me
A
bonkers.
week
Chad.
ago, I was in Florida.
Wow.
The pictures are driving you bonkers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not look.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, I was wanting to tell you, I was looking up about how to mitigate the S sounds on audio, and I found a solution that is like the stupidest, dumbest solution in the world. So you take your condenser mic, all right, and you know where the diaphragm is?
Yep.
Attach that pencil right in the center of the diaphragm on the outside of the mic because it splits the air.
Huh.
whenever it hits it, so you don't get the harsh hiss.
So, like a
Of all the
chopstick.
solutions I found that were don't make the sound, then you don't have to edit the sound. That was the one that really made a difference. Like I was surprised. That and off-axis recording. So instead of having the mic right in front of your face, either have it down or have it to the side so that it's not catching those air particles as they go across.
Does
And
that
that's
work
good
the
for the
P
pops too.
sound too? Does that work?
Yeah,
for
the off-axis recording works on the P sound. The pencil trick didn't seem to do a whole lot for the plosives. But I was also really laying into them to see if I could make it do a plosive, because I've got a pop filter and the sock, because I'm Texan and those plosives are definitely plosive. So Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Aggressive.
yeah.
But yeah, off-axis recording of the mic and the attach a pencil to it trick was the best ones I saw for not recording them. And then of course all the things that we went over for editing them out, but it's better to not have them than to have to edit them out.
Yeah.
Or you could just, throw it out there like other people do.
Yeah, so like his hypno voice has more S's in it than Cause does. So like he's really laying in them, like it was picking it up bad, really bad. So now, but like I told him, there's a segment that loves that. Like the ASMR people, they love those sounds in their hypnosis. They love that long S. But yeah, there's the general pop does not want that in there, I don't think. But yeah. So we got to learn a lot about EQ and filter curves and how to clean up audio and the thing is, if we did the exact same thing with your voice, Lisa, it would be completely different because you're a female and like your voice is way higher pitched and everything.
I bet we spent 3 or 4 hours on that.
Yeah, we probably did. I mean, I can check and see how long we spent on it because the recording was on. So.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah.
Awesome.
I need to get an actual training program for audio put out.
Yep. Get your guinea pig.
Right.
So I probably heard Michael C. Anthony's videos about 200 hours worth, and he has the S with the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so that's how Steve's was coming out, like really, really harsh on the ears. Like it doesn't matter in person, but on the recordings you really pick it up.
Yeah.
Like the mics really pick it up, and it just is not pleasant.
Of course, a different mic would work too.
Not necessarily. Like you're still going to pick that up with a different mic. But it's because it's the air, the way the air is hitting the diaphragm. So yeah, 2 hours and 40 minutes is how long the video is.
Yeah. I know we spent some time on it.
No. But that's good. Learned lots of stuff. Made lots of progress. So good stuff. But I do think that 3 hours and 15 minutes is probably enough. So bye, Joe. And I'm thinking we call it a night and see all y'all next week. And I don't think I have to edit anything out of the video this week. So good stuff. Less work for me on Tuesday.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank y'all.
everybody.
Y'all have a great evening.
Walk across the screen, maybe.